looks like we will end as the 11th snowiest on record. Still impressive that 16.5 inches, more than double a normal February at 7.7.
Wow, very snowy.
Yeah, so January was the 5th warmest January on record. And then now February has been double the snow as normal.
Oh, sorry, Tom.
Sorry, bro. Oh, come on, Dano. What do you just start here yesterday?
Let's see you get a little exercise.
You're working for draft.
Oh, there we go, much better.
I just, I don't know why. I've always been this way, but you know what? I say chill it.
Listen to the Daily Dive each day on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. I'm Chad.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Circle K.
The drive on the highways in the metro area in really good shape right now. Hardly any delays in town. No stalls or accidents being reported on or off the highway across the metro area. So if you got somewhere to go, now's a good time to try to get there. If you got to travel on the eastern plains, though, you might want to think about that. A high wind restriction along I-70 from Chambers all the way to the Kansas border. If you're driving a light or high-profile vehicle, you might want to drive through there with caution. Also,
I am so tired of this winter, and I have, you know what? I don't normally say that. I really don't. I'm pretty good with the flow. I'm tired of winter, and I don't know why this year has been like no relief, like almost. It's not the beautiful winter I'm used to. Do you agree?
At Circle K, $1 can get you
a agree, Bob?
Coffee in
February's definitely been that way.
It hasn't been terrible, right?
So for a split second, your cup is the
I don't like
freshest
it.
on earth. Every cup ground fresh, starting at $1 at Circle
Snow,
K. Limited time only.
freeze-thaw, a lot of people have their gutters and stuff. That's been a huge complaint that we've had here. Gutter systems and stuff have big icicles.
Oh, yeah.
It's just been a bad year.
Call Brent Ivinson and his team at 303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com.
I was in Detroit.
Slim, do you have anything for us, bro?
I was in Detroit Thursday through Sunday, and it was sunny and beautiful. Chilly, but...
What were you in Detroit for? Business?
No. To visit some friends.
Are you from there?
No, my nephew plays for the USA hockey team.
Oh, they're having the NCAA playoffs or finals there.
Yeah.
Are you going up to that?
No, I might go. I might see if I can go out in April when they play Worlds. So they'll be.
I'm
playing
sorry, Bob. Is
Russia and Sweden.
Is he bothering you because he tends to stir shit? Is he?
North
Just let me know
Dakota,
if he's bothering you.
North Dakota, where I went to school, University of North Dakota, they're the #1 ranked hockey. You should have your. How old is your nephew?
He's 17.
Okay, so where's he going to go to college at?
Hasn't decided yet.
Is he going to get a scholarship?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that good?
He'll be in the top 10 in the draft.
Really?
Who will?
In July.
Who?
My nephew.
Isn't no fooling.
That's pretty awesome.
No.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, here to help. I love saying that every single day, here to help tell people about it. This hour brought to you by a product I wholeheartedly endorse, and that's Panacea Life Sciences CBD. And Panacea is right here in Golden, a national company. Let me just say something. A very important part of my show, and I got to say this, are the commercials, because they're part of the show. It's not like other shows where we break away. We do break away, but every single sponsor is known by me, and the ones I endorse, And I want you to challenge me. Challenge me on that if you have problems. You see, nowhere can you go and complain about sponsors. Can you complain about anything you want? But we don't just talk about complaining. Let's talk about good stuff too. You know, like even if they're not one of my sponsors, I want to reward good people. I want to spread the word about good people. I want to tell people about the bad guys, okay? The one thing this show has in common, we all agree. No one should steal from anyone. No one should lie. No one should cheat. That's right. No one. Even if you're a billionaire, you don't deserve to be cheated. And here's the deal. The number is 303-MARTINO 24/7. Pass it around anywhere in the country. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Why do I say that? Because it does work. Now, we all have different cannabinoid receptors, just like we all have different opiate receptors and different receptors in the brain that react differently to things. However, if you're going to react to a CBD for anti-inflammation, for sleep, for anxiety, for anything, this CBD is the purest form that I have found. It's true dosing where you're not going to be lied to. And that's the real thing about it, okay? Distinguished from all the rest. It's the real deal. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Okay, we also have some friends stopping by to say hi. Bob Logan, Plumline Services, and he can chime in. Jeannie wants to talk about a builder. Dave wants to talk about CarShield. Dave, that's a really easy one. Dave, CarShield, and let me just say this: they're service contracts, okay? I have never found yet a service contract worth getting. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Now, I am saying that aftermarket service contracts, in my opinion, don't work. Here is what I do like for service, Dave. If you prepay for service, dealers do that to keep you coming back, and they give you extraordinary deals. I'm going to give you an example on my wife's car. The Mercedes was prepaid. Now, listen to this. The normal service at $30,000, let's say, would have been, for a major, whatever it is, it would have been, let's say, $1,500. And I'm not sure if this is a real number, but this was how extraordinary it was. And if you prepaid it, you got it for like $400 or $500, and then it's done. So you prepay it and you get a coupon for it. Prepaid service is fine. Extended warranties are fine from the factory when they are truly extended warranties, meaning if you have a 3-year warranty already out of the factory, don't take a 5-year warranty the day you buy it, because that's truly only a 2-year warranty, because there is nothing covered during the concurrent period that's additional. Nothing. You get nothing for the extended warranties. It's the biggest scam known to man, is buying an extended warranty at the time of a purchase. If the manufacturer offers that warranty at the end of your warranty to extend, to truly extend it, I have no problem with it. So those are my general overall conditions. I never recommend service plans. I found people can do, it's gambling. They're saying, hey, what if? And you're saying, I'm going to maintain, and I have a factory warranty, and if I don't have a factory warranty, trust me, these service contracts have more outs than the New York Mets in their worst season. You're just never going to find true coverage that you want. So,
all right, well, I got a question for you there.
Yeah, go ahead.
My son bought a Honda Pilot with 160,000 miles on it. He bought this contract because he thought the transmission was slipping.
What year was this? What year was the Honda?
It's an 08.
Okay. So now what?
Well, so he bought this CarShield thinking that if the transmission goes out, that they'll cover him. But is it better just to go to A1, budget A1, and have them look at it? Is that more?
Okay. Well, first of all, he already bought it, did you say?
Yes.
So he already bought the CarShield warranty or service contract.
Right.
Okay. Well, if he already bought it, then he may as well try to get them to do something. Has he tried?
Not yet, no.
Okay. Now, most likely, you're going to find in a service contract, they won't cover normal wear and tear. They won't cover owner abuse. The only thing they cover is a manufacturer's defect. Now, he has how many miles on this?
160.
And it's an 08, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you, with an 08 car, we're talking 11 years old, or now 12 years old, and 160,000 miles, do you think there are still any manufacturer's defects that haven't come out yet?
Probably not.
That's right. That's right. So here's the deal. He should go there, though, since he bought it, and see what they'll do for him. And what I do is I like calling I like to talk to the repair people and say, have you had experience with CarShield before I invest with them? Because some of them might have a good relationship with CarShield. But you asked about transmission work. You know, Budget A1 you mentioned, good people. They have that deal where they'll take it apart, frickin' look at it free of charge with no obligation. And then you have Kimmer Transmission. That's another great place. We have good people on the referral list. I would recommend that you try to do CarShield for sure, since you already bought it. But and then I'd be interested for you to call us back, Dave, and tell us what CarShield says about it. I really would love to know. How long ago did he buy the car?
Maybe a month, 2 months.
Okay. And he felt the transmission slipping when he tried it out?
No, I think they bought it, and then they drove it for maybe a couple weeks, and then he, felt something was going on. And
did he buy CarShield? Okay, had he bought CarShield after something that doesn't cover pre-existing anyway? But I want to know something about the car. Did he have it checked out before he bought it? Completely checked out by a mechanic?
He did not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dave, call us back. Let us know what CarShield says, and I'd love to hear the outcome. As I said, Bob Logan's with us from Plumbline Services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric drains. Basically, I want to ask, the biggest challenge of going into a home, what is it? What do you think it is? Biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge we have,
just,
or the homeowner?
Yeah, no, I want to know what you think the biggest challenge is going into a home for your company. I'm not even talking about a specific division, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric drains. I'm asking you, what do you think is the biggest challenge going into someone's home?
Yeah, the biggest challenge for us, I feel, is building that rapport and trust, because especially if a client has not used us before.
Meaning what? Like you're already invited in. So what do you mean building? You mean so they'll ask you back?
Well, not only will they ask you back, but they trust that what you're telling them is the truth.
That's exactly right.
It's it's
credibility is the number one issue, wouldn't you say?
Credibility, right? And even with our brand and how we've been in business for over 20 years in Denver, you still, when you enter that door, you got to build that trust and credibility with your clients every single time. And you're a strange person in their home, like you said. They invited you in, but you're still a strange person in their home, and we can't, we need to understand that when we're in somebody's home.
What do you think? What do you think people look at when somebody's at the door and they come to the door? What do you think they look at? They're usually coming there for a special or for a problem. So what do you think they look at? What do you look at, Dan, when somebody comes to your door? Honest to God, what do you look at? Suzanne, what do you look at? Deputy Slim, anyone? What do you look at? Do you look at?
Absolutely. If they look like a roadie.
Me too. Do you know what? You notice that right away. Cleanliness of uniform, cleanliness of hands, of feet, cleanliness overall, hair. I don't know why, but I do. I mean, if somebody is unkept and slotchy, oh man, I'm thinking, I don't even know if that's a word, slotchy. But in any case.
It also depends what they're doing.
No, but of course it does.
I mean, if they're out there to pour cement or do asphalt, I'm not expecting a suit.
What about a neck tattoo, Mark?
We've never said,
I always say no
we've
to
never
neck
said
tattoos.
anything about a suit. But listen, Mark, I think though, yes, in all cases they can be clean and I don't mean they don't have, obviously if they're pouring concrete or a concrete finisher, they might have concrete on them or something. But you know what I mean. I mean in general. Even like
how about a uniform? Does that matter? I know Plumbline, your guys show up in a uniform.
I will tell you, it absolutely matters. From all my years, I'm saying, because I keep my own stats. I'm not a consultant who pretends to know things. I'm going back on a bank of information stretching more than 40 years, and I am telling you, uniforms absolutely matter. It says to them, order. It says to them care, respect. Do you guys? Well, I know you have uniforms.
We do have uniforms.
Uniforms count. They count.
And this is a great topic because I especially for the younger generation, I try to tell them, clean cut, clean uniform, clean shoes, all those things show respect to a homeowner. And I think sometimes that's taken as being judgmental.
Oh, no. I don't care. You can have diversity within that. And I'm going to tell you about one guy that had more piercings than you would ever believe. And his face was so filled with tattoos, you could hardly see his skin, his face. Did he have a job going into homes? Yes, he did. I'm going to tell you how you address stuff like that, because we're talking about, yes, cleanliness, and when you say clean cut, what exactly does that mean? That's an expression, and it doesn't mean you have to look like the the Marlboro Man or whatever we're used to looking at, or some athlete of the 1950s stepping out of a Yankee magazine.
How about if a woman shows up to install a furnace? What goes through your head? Am I the only one that would go, well, that's a little odd? How
Yeah,
many
of course
women
I would
install
say.
furnaces?
I would say it's a little odd.
Same with when I had
would
technicians,
never doubt.
women
I would
techs
never
were
doubt
few and
ability.
far.
Though. I never doubt ability. I think it's cool. Like even now with the airlines, when I see a woman in the cockpit, I say, cool. It's cool. I notice it for sure.
Yeah, but they're usually bringing them drinks or something.
I just figured, but I notice it for sure. I notice.
There we go, Dan. It's
What?
starting.
It's starting already.
I ain't started it.
Tom, did the guy make bail yesterday?
Who?
Remember his
I don't
kid
know.
called
Find
in?
out.
Need to
How do you
find
know,
out.
Mark? How do you know, Mark?
No.
You don't know.
No idea.
Well, so
Did he make bail?
See if Suzanne got.
We don't even know if he had bail. What do you
Who?
mean, did he make bail? We have no idea if he had bail.
Yeah, he had a hearing yesterday. at
Guys, I
1:30.
have something to say.
Denied bail.
Shut up.
Or you might not have had money.
MileHighEstatePlanning.com. Go to the website to find Blake Harris. Everyone needs this kind of law. It deals with wills. It deals with trusts. It deals with probate, with deeds, beneficiaries' deeds payable on death, certificates for bank accounts. And you know what? Here is the bottom line. There is no way you can do this on your own. And not just with any attorney. Blake Harris specializes in this. He'll hold your hand through the whole process. And you know what? What's good for one is not necessarily good for another. You may need just a simple will or a power of attorney or something like that. If someone just died, you don't know what to do. You have a sudden need. He can help you. He makes appointments nights and weekends for convenience or regular business hours. He's at Union Station. Free parking. And Blake Harris is a professional. Here it is, 720-924-6171. You can even text him. That's 720-924-6171, MileHighEstatePlanning.com.
Who appraises jewelry?
What's his name? Doesn't if it's gold? Yeah. If it's got metal in it.
People are so they don't.
David L's Jewelers.
But what's his name will do gold and stuff if it's metal.
Yeah, but all they do is.
Yeah, but he doesn't really appraise the jewelry.
Right,
he
right.
appraises the weight.
That's exactly.
And value.
Yeah.
I'll bet you Ellis doesn't do a whole hell of a lot more.
No, he's good because he sells retail jewelry there. He's way better when it comes to value jewelry. Now,
Just a
he may
question
not be what
for
people
you.
want
I just
or
wanted to give you a
fair.
heads up.
You know, if he's
His
going to
house
buy
was built in
it, he's going to look
2015,
out for his own
and
interest.
he has,
but I think he knows a lot about it. I think, you know,
clogging
another one,
issues from the
Fetter
toilet
Jeweler,
in the
Jay
sink.
Fetter's
He says
Jewelers,
it's
honest,
all random.
good
It could
people.
be working fine.
Honest,
a little bit
good
later,
people.
he comes
You
in
can go to
and
a
it's
couple places, pawn shops.
backed up. I asked him
Go
if
to
he'd asked
Ellis.
his neighbors
I
if
wouldn't
maybe
go to
they're
one
having the
place.
same issue, but
Did
he
you
says
hear
he
me
had
say
not asked.
Fetter? They're good
If you
people,
think
Mark.
there's someone I mean, I don't know if
like
that's for you or someone
Yeah.
you want me to call off for
No, we
you.
can
Or,
absolutely take care of that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it could be a number of issues. So,
okay.
but at 2015, he shouldn't be having those issues. So, we can send somebody out there to throw a camera
Yeah.
down, and you know, it might be. He should have a builder's warranty on it, but.
Do you guys use a good camera like a
I got a
1080p,
question.
4K?
The young kid that called in yesterday, his dad was in jail.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah,
do
they're
we have a
color
number for any of those
cameras and.
kids?
He
high
has my number.
definition,
I don't have his.
So you can see
Okay.
the corn in the
Sorry.
turds.
We were wondering what that was today.
Oh, that's worse than shot in the sheets. Wow. I expect that from Dan, Bob, but my God, man.
Bob, is Bob acting
Hey,
up?
I'm
Bob is-
just telling the reality of our business. It's not pretty.
I'd stay away from the plumbing side.
I mean, when you're running a camera down a clogged sewer line, what do you expect to see?
I expect perfection.
You know,
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, Bob.
do they have snakes that actually have cutters on the end?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
can go
In fact,
hundreds
most of them
feet.
do.
How much is something like that?
No, you're
That's
talking
an
about.
expensive
Are you
fucking
talking about
tool.
blades, Mark, on the
Yeah.
ends? They do. Yeah,
They
most
can
of
cut
them.
through like a fucking tree branch.
Most of
Oh,
them
yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
Is it like a little chainsaw you gotta start?
Yes.
You know, I've seen
Nanotechnology
No.
will stop. That'll be your business. You'll throw a bunch of little fucking nanobots down there, and they just go down there. And
They live there. They live there.
Stay there.
Shovels and headlights and.
God, can you imagine having to grow up inside someone's tank?
Their septic tank.
Or in their cesspool?
Maybe some people like it.
Hey, out in Missouri and stuff, they don't do those underground things. They do those cesspools. Those are fucking disgusting now.
Yeah.
Are there any of those out here?
Then they just come pump them out or what?
Wait, cesspools?
No, many sewer.
It's like a fucking lake.
No,
you know what a cesspool
Where's
is for,
one
right?
around here?
Well, I know there's only.
Do you know what a cesspool is for, right?
That's just for mitigating.
It's for purification.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I'm talking like
it
an
invites
above.
the organisms and it bubbles and
it aerates it.
Yeah, it's not meant for homes. That's usually for a treatment plant.
Jeez, her fucking.
No.
Yeah, my grandma had a
No,
cesspool.
they don't have residential cesspools.
Out in the country.
They
In
might
Missouri, they do.
an open pond.
A big open.
No.
fucking
Big open
cesspool.
hole, yeah.
That would not be.
Each home.
That would not
Yeah,
be.
yeah, they have their own.
No, that wouldn't be allowed.
Oh my God, I'm telling you, they're everywhere.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. It only took 24 minutes to come up with a conflict that we totally disagree on behind the scenes. You see, this is what we do every day. We have a show on the air, and then we have a show during the breaks. And after doing our wonderful commercials, we talk, and we disagree with stuff all the time. All the time. In fact, I guess I'm part of it, right? They look for reasons to disagree with each other. I love watching it. Mark and Dan go back and forth. Then if I get in on it, it's just three-way. But every single time, every single day, there's going to be conflict and arguments. Suzanne, don't you laugh at it? It's like, what are they arguing about now?
It's so funny, Tom.
Every single day.
Hold on, your Aunt Linda and Uncle Tom in their old house, were out in Missouri.
Yeah.
What did they have behind their house? That lake. What was that?
Oh, there was like a big, what do you call it? A sewage pond.
It's a big cesspool.
Was it
Cesspool,
part?
that's
Listen,
what it is.
Listen, a cesspool or cesspit. They're not. Well, all I'm saying, this is what Dan and I said. They don't have residential cesspools anymore where individual homes each have a cesspool.
Oh, yeah, this house is like 30 years old, Tom,
Yeah,
but
it
frogs
doesn't matter.
live in it.
I don't think that here's what we're talking about.
It was an above ground.
They have leach fields.
No.
They have cesspools at plants where it's not really a cesspool.
This is where their stuff went when they flushed the toilet.
And you're saying each home had its own.
In that neighborhood, yes.
No.
Okay, what do you want me to tell you? It did.
No, come on.
I'll bet you
they
this.
all
If it
had
did,
open.
you
What
jumped
you're
in.
saying is they all had open sewage pits.
My brother.
They have open sewage. Well, then
my
it
brother
wasn't
in
legal.
Oklahoma has one too.
Yes.
An open sewage pit.
Yes.
Well, Mark called it a
all of their
cesspool.
sewage goes into an open pool in the back of the house. Is it in the back of the house, an open pool, cesspool?
Well, it was on their property way, way back, but yeah.
This is, they say that it's described either underground or holding tank, temporary collection. It's a temporary collection of feces and all of that stuff.
That's right.
And
it's not temperate. Well,
no,
I guess
hold on.
I don't.
How big was it?
It was big, bro. It was big. It was like big.
Anyway, let's just move on.
Okay.
Aaron's got a 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. No, on a serious note, though, the way sewage disposal is a really big deal. Do you know that how we dispose of sewage really defines a civilization? Back in the old days, I mean, that's what separated the Romans. That's what separated great civilizations. They knew how to deal, not just because of the waste itself for appearances, but health.
In California,
it was amazing how they came up with systems to do this.
Where some of these homeless or camps are in California, the big ones, they have diseases coming up we haven't seen in hundreds of years.
But anyway, dealing with sewage was a challenge. And it still is for people in the country that don't have central sewage. I mean, basically, you have everything going to a septic tank except liquids that flow out to a leach field. And then we expect nature to take care of it. And then what a lot of people don't know moving out into the country, that these tanks have to be pumped out. They don't last forever. I mean, if you do it right, they last a very long time because only the solids go in there, and then they start eating at each other and become an ash almost. And
ours is like 4 or 5 years we only have to pump.
It's probably a big one. Aaron, what is your question? Aaron, what's happening?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
What's going on with you?
I have So I have a fairly newer house. It's about 5 years old. I've been in it for about 4 months now, and I've noticed that I frequently have to plunge my toilet.
That's not right. That's not right at all.
Yeah, and my kitchen sink backs up. Also, a dishwasher doesn't drain all the way.
You have a problem, man. Did you have this looked at before you bought it?
I did have an inspection done. However, it's pretty sporadic, so it didn't come up during the inspection.
Yeah, see, people should when people have inspections done, they should not only have a home inspection, they should have a structural inspection, and they should have a water and sewage inspection, whether it be on a well and septic or whether it be in the city. Obviously, you don't need water. Usually, you don't need water at all, but you have to have your sewer lines inspected. So, Bob, that's not normal at all.
It's not, especially on new construction.
But common to all drains, you're saying, right, Aaron?
It is common to all drains.
Well, that narrows it down, doesn't it? That narrows it down.
Yeah, I mean, typically, if you're having issues with toilets and kitchen drains and other things, then most likely it is an issue with the main line.
And it could be something very simple like venting.
And that's exactly right. It could be a number of different things. But if you want to give Suzanne your information, we can set up a time to come out and throw a camera down there and figure it out.
How much does a camera inspection cost?
Typically it's $249, but I'll waive it on this. We'll go out there.
You'll do a free camera inspection?
Yeah.
Because you're hoping if he needs something, right? I know that.
I mean,
no. I understand, Bob. I'm not trying to make you sound like a huckster. You're saying you'll do this as courtesy, and this is wonderful. But really, when you put a camera down, if you find something needs to be fixed, you tell them. What I don't like is these companies have been lying and cheating people, but here's another thing that's not necessarily lying and cheating. The root thing. When does it have to be replaced? You see, people are told all the time they need a new sewer line. And I had a guy tell me who does inspections only, they don't need a new sewer line. Then I say, well, really, I kind of would want one if I had to have something snaked every year. To me, that's not normal, and it's only going to get worse. I don't like that. But what if you only have to be snaked every 3 or 4 years? I don't know. It's still not normal. I mean, what normal would be, in our mind, would be never having to have roots in your system. That's really perfection, right? That's the way it should be.
That's exactly right. A properly functioning sewer line should never, ever back up. Now, with that said,
I know that, but it can have roots. It can have roots and still properly function.
And if it has roots, there's a problem.
I know there is.
Now, we're not necessarily saying you have to get it replaced, and that's where we have to separate ourselves, and that's what's a differentiator for us.
But you guys and most others would recommend replacement if they have roots.
Possibly fixing that spot, not necessarily the whole line.
Oh, no, that's what I meant. Okay.
Possibly a spot repair, possibly fixing the whole line.
It depends on how old and how bad it is.
But what we do is we educate the homeowner. We give them options. At the end of the day, it's their home, it's their money, it's their family. They can do whatever they want.
Aaron,
we're just there to educate.
You need something done for sure, Aaron, because you're primed for a backup. But here's what I want to tell you, okay? Please beware, and I'm serious. You call people from the referral list, I don't mind saying that. And then Bob just said they will do a free camera inspection. Did you hear that?
Hey, information is key, definitely.
Now, listen, here's the deal, man. When you start asking around, you will find truth. If you see, there's what I call a thread of truth. You'll find people will say stuff, and if you ask enough people, you start keying in on what's really the problem. However, you don't want to have what I call paralysis by analysis. You do want to, pull the trigger if something is wrong. You just have to make sure you're not spending money needlessly. Again, this is not normal for every drain to be slow or you have to plunge. That's not good at all. I mean, really. And does it ever get normal again, or what? Is this the first time it's happened?
So it's actually normally it's fairly fast.
And then what? But
however,
when it starts clogging, how does it clear again?
I have to plunge it.
Well, I know, but
and
when you plunge it, then everything else works. You said other drains were acting up. Do the other ones go back to normal then?
So I will plunge one toilet, but before I plunge it, I've checked other toilets to see if they're going normal, and they're going normal. The drains are fine. However, I keep having this recurring issue where it is backing up.
In one toilet only?
Correct.
Okay,
So,
well, I
think
thought
it's
you said they
common
were
being
all your
that-
drains.
So I say it's common because it's common for all of them. I've had to plunge, just kind of playing whack-a-mole, going from one
I get
to
it.
the
I
next.
get
So
it.
I don't think that it's the main sewer line, but it's going from one to another. So
Could be a venting problem. It could be something simple, and that's where you need someone to tell you the truth. And of course, start with that inspection. Suzanne will hook you up there. Really, that's a good thing to take advantage of. Now, I said I was going to address the elephant in the room: the guy with tattoos, the guy with piercings. What do you do? And do you hire people like that? Do you avoid them? I don't know. Can you ethically? And I don't know this. I don't know the answer. This is not a trick question. If somebody literally had tattoos all over his face, like a demon in a horror film, can you not hire him because of that?
I will not hire them because of that. And again, it has nothing to do with the person. They might be the best person in the world, but when the homeowner opens that door, we need everything working.
Oh my God! When they see this, this guy, this is what people do. They go, "Who?" I mean, like, who?
And again, 70-75% of the people we go see are women in their homes, and they got to be able to trust us, and we got to have the credibility.
And appearance does mean a lot, but I'll tell you what this guy did.
What are you looking at?
Just cesspools are all over Hawaii, by the way.
Yeah, here it says in Kansas, they're all over Kansas, even in Hawaii.
They're all over.
How big are they?
Theirs was huge.
My
man.
grandma's was big, dude.
This fucker was big. Like
They call them a lagoon.
Yeah, like a lagoon. Yeah.
They're kind of a bluish color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they smell?
Hell yeah, they smell like.
If you get up close to them, that's why they're usually pretty far from the house, man.
So it's in a rural area.
Well,
my grandma's was.
Well, obviously.
I mean, it was a neighborhood.
Obviously, if you're in a neighborhood,
they each
you
probably
have
had
sewage.
2-quarter lots or 2-acre lots.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it was in a real neighborhood, you would just have a sewage system.
I don't know, but they were fucking gross. And the shit floats to the top, man.
Yeah. And it kind of bubbles.
Yeah, they're fucking disgusting.
I was always told the cream rises to the top, not the shit.
Hawaii, they're everywhere, though. Just look at it. They're everywhere. I guess it's hard.
You know, that's not effective. It looks like you're fanning yourself. It's not effective, just so you know.
You know what's hard, though?
I got it. TheArtOfGranite.net. Oh, no, it isn't. It's TheArtOfGranite.com. Yeah, they changed recently because we got them a brand new, beautiful website. By the way, here's the message, okay, today. Right now, Mitch says the way they're primed up with all their wholesale material, he's a direct stone importer, and with their process, they can get you countertops in 2 weeks. Can you believe that? That's kitchen countertops in 2 weeks, whether it be granite or quartz, wholesale on all material, and they don't charge for Terra and Holloway. They don't charge for the bathroom when you do the kitchen. 303-386-5919, 386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
And those aren't lined either, huh? Those pits aren't lined?
Fuck no, man.
My grandma was just a fucking hole in the ground.
That's all it is, man. It's a big pool. I can't believe you guys fucking didn't know that.
No, I knew all about cesspools. I didn't know they're still around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know that you could have them individually or still. Because they outlawed them here. You can't have them. You cannot have any open sewage.
To me, that's the biggest thing for groundwater right there. And stuff.
What do you mean the biggest thing?
Well, they say like fracking is big on groundwater. The hell of that stuff.
Well, you don't dig them so deep; they go into the ground.
I know, but a lot of these places have fairly shallow wells.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna buy one?
I'm gonna buy a cesspool. I'll have the only cesspool in Franktown. Wouldn't it be funny if like when you were a teenager, you jumped somebody's fence and thought you were gonna swim in their pond, and it was their fucking cesspool.
Yeah. Is that why frog legs are so big in Oklahoma?
What you'll find is I'm almost always right. Always. And these two argue with me. And then they all see the light or the writing on the wall,
We see.
And they still don't acknowledge anything. They still act like it never happened.
Especially when it comes to cesspools.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Mark?
Mark is very right.
I'm generally always right. You still till this day.
Oh,
Cesspools don't exist
always
anymore.
fucking right.
Oh, they just
I don't point out all the time.
Hey, that's
you're
not
wrong.
an electric furnace. Oh.
I don't point out all the
that
time
was
you're
worth
wrong.
money, though.
It's so ridiculous.
You should have bet on the cesspool.
What are you wearing today, Bob?
I did bet him on the cesspool. You now owe me the 25 you owed
The
him
chronograph
on
is
the
beautiful.
electric furnace.
Here's the tag.
That's beautiful.
I got that for my 10-year anniversary last year.
Your wife loves you.
Not my wife. This is from my anniversary.
Oh, very
So,
nice.
yeah.
What is it?
My wife and I are
It's a watch.
celebrating 30 years.
What'd they get you? A Timex or something?
Tag.
Tag Warrior?
I love nice watches.
You're at. Oh, I know you're playing a game. Tag. You're at.
The only time I ever wear a watch is when I'm going to exercise because it records everything.
You know, I never wore a watch until Jackie bought me one for, I think it was our 25th year anniversary.
Kramer bought himself a gold watch when he retired.
Hey, should I call? Did you ask Ross? I'll call for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, regardless, we're playing. He gave me a number to a guy that'll get me right to the next Trump rally. I don't have to wait in line and shit.
When's the next Trump rally?
I don't know. When it comes here, it's got to be here. I'm shocked he'd come back here, though, but maybe. I mean, is Colorado that up for grabs?
Yeah,
They say it is.
Senator. That's why he's doing it.
Corey Gardner. And Hickenlooper's going to run against him. It's going to be tough. Yeah, he filed last week.
I actually liked him up until the whole Anthony, what's the guy's name, the Chuck E. Cheese guy. I thought that was really fucking bullshit, man.
Anthony Weiner?
No, Anthony. Who was the guy that killed
Yeah.
the kids in the Chuck E. Cheese?
Dunlap.
Yeah,
Right?
Nathan Dunlap.
Nathan Dunlap, yeah.
Sounds like Anthony.
So what did Hickenlooper do?
He basically said we're not going to kill him. He had a death date a few years ago.
He opted out.
Yeah, he gave him a reprieve. And they're fixing to do away with the whole death penalty here.
What happened with the Joker? He's not getting it either. Didn't they say, fuck it?
He's a nut house.
Who's that?
The fucking Joker.
The guy that shot up the movie theater.
Why do you call him the Joker?
Because he was kind of
He was dressed up like the Joker that night. It was a Batman movie.
And it was a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bro.
I wonder what they did.
10
with
away,
that
5
theater.
away.
Is that like?
It's still there.
I know, but is it walled off that room or no?
Oh, I don't know.
If you get injured, you're going to be inundated with people who have opinions. You know what they say, everybody has an opinion. Don't really be steered wrong when it comes to catastrophic injuries. In fact, what is a catastrophic injury? You don't even know. Call DenverTrialLawyers.com. Get in touch with DenverTrialLawyers.com for injuries. It's that simple. They never charge for consultations, and when they take the case, it's on contingency. DenverTrialLawyers.com. Local attorneys that have gotten hundreds of millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts.
This guy says they double as a place for kiddos to pedal boat or canoe around in.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You know, people are buying and selling, and it's a great market, but you know what? Even in a great market, you truly do need someone who knows what they're doing. First of all, you can leave money on the table. Second of all, you can go unsold. There are homes every month that go unsold. But if you have someone good, they will walk you through the process. They will help you. And they will stay in constant touch with you. And Frank Duran does it better than anyone. 303-920-1622. Now, he doesn't like when I say this. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He says, please don't say it. I've never, ever, ever gotten a complaint about him. Think about it. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Whether you're buying or selling. Now, okay. We got a lot happening here, so give us a call, 303-713-TALK, and I promise you I will get to all of your calls. So if you're on the air right now, on the phone, stay there. Jeannie, and I know I'm going to tell you about the guy with the tattoos in a second here. Jeannie, go ahead. Jeannie.
Yes, thank you for taking my call. I bought a home from I went under contract with Majestic Custom Home to build a house from the ground up.
Okay.
In October of 2017.
Okay.
We moved in August 2nd of 2018. And my biggest problem, and my warranty was up in August of last year, 2019. My biggest problem is the builder won't stand behind their work.
Well, what do you mean by that? You have a warranty, so that's what they have to stand behind. And as crazy as it sounds, that's all they have to stand behind unless there was fraud involved. Fraud is outside of warranties and outside of normal stuff. But fraud is something very, very specific. So if there was no fraud and he addressed things under warranty, you're done. If he did not address the things under warranty, only the things that occurred while it was under warranty are covered.
And that I did. I sent them emails, texts.
Well, no, you
everything.
didn't even wait. You just said that I did. So I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Are you saying there were problems, dear, that were not fixed?
That is correct.
Okay. So how many issues occurred during the warranty period that are still wrong?
The broken concrete.
Well, hold on. Okay. What do you mean by broken concrete?
I have concrete slabs in my driveway that are raised and cracked really bad.
All right.
And my garage floor is cracked very bad.
Now,
From day one.
most of the time, flat work, it's called, is not covered unless it's beyond a certain that each contract is different, but they have parameters and they give themselves room for some cracking and some moving. But let's just put that down now. Concrete. What's the other big deal? Concrete's a big deal, by the way. And if that's the only one, that's fine. But do you have any other issues that came up during warranty that still have not been fixed?
The door jams in the house.
What about what about them?
We have snow and rain that come in, and then when it's windy, you could feel the breeze coming in through the house.
So the doors were never properly adjusted?
I think it's beyond that because you could see where they're crooked and bowed.
That's terrible. And that happened under warranty?
Yes.
Well, okay, when you had somebody over there to look at it, did they simply say there's no problem, or did they say we're going to get to it, or did they never even come?
They came, but they looked at it and said, oh, we don't see any issues. We've showed them pictures where snow comes in, the attic in our garage.
They just said we found no issue. Okay, so they ignored that problem. What did they say about the concrete?
They said there's no issues. Everything is no issues.
Okay, well, hold on now. It could be no issues according to the warranty, but I'm not even going to go there yet. What is the other major deals? I want to just at least get the major deals. Concrete, door jams, what else?
I would have to say those are my biggest ones.
And they are very big. Now, what we need to determine, Jeannie, first, do you have proof they were brought up during warranty?
I have, yes.
Okay,
Every
good.
single email and text.
Good. Do you have proof that they said they're not an issue?
In many cases, yes.
Okay, so right now it boils down to them saying it's not covered.
What do you think they'd tell us if we called right away?
Good question.
They'll say there's no issues or they didn't see a problem.
All right, now, do you have documentation of the stuff when it first started, like pics on your phone or something?
Yes.
Okay, can you send them to us?
You know what? I'm not a computer whiz. I tried sending a bunch of stuff to Dan.
You have a phone, right?
Yes, sir.
And they're on your phone, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we can walk through that when we have more time on sending it to us. But as long as you have that, have you emailed or texted photos before?
Very limited.
Okay. Who bought this home? You and your family, or is it you alone? What is it?
Yeah, myself and my husband. This was supposed to be our forever retirement home.
How old are you guys? How old are you guys?
My husband's 66 and I'm 64.
Okay, I'm just trying to get a picture here of what's going on. What's the name of the builder?
Majestic Custom Homes.
Majestic. Now, why do they call themselves custom?
Well, I don't know. They shouldn't because we don't even have soap dishes in the bathrooms.
Well, you didn't bring that up, but that's too late now, soap dishes. But Custom Homes, they built the home and you bought it. Did you buy it? You put it under contract on August 2nd, and then, or excuse me, you moved in. You put it under 217, moved in 218. But what I want to know, during that year, did you fund construction or did they?
We put $15,000 down and then $425,000.
Okay, so they
basically
funded.
They funded, so they got paid back.
Okay, they basically built the house with their funds, and then you closed on it. Okay, got it. All right, so let's call them. I mean, this to me, if what you're telling me is true, it sounds egregious. Hold on, but I need a copy of the warranty as well, okay? Because I need to know what they're saying is not. What they're saying is it's not under warranty. That's exactly what they're saying. They're not saying there's no crack there. If there's a crack there, there's a crack. They're not stupid enough to say that. What they're saying is this does not rise to the level of a warranty issue.
Now, I want to get on this because I hate builders.
She's got a ton of complaints.
Yeah, but we can't address them all.
Yeah, I know, there's a ton. She's got a list of them.
Well, those are the two major ones. What are the other ones, Dano?
Oh, let's see here. Flashing on roof. Master bath does not have exhaust vent fan. No electric plug at sink. Warped door. That's what she always said. Has some gouges in drywall.
This sucks. Man, people buy a house and they can't enjoy it. It sucks.
Oh, I mean, dining room windows were to be no grids, and they got grids. I don't know who likes grids in a window. God.
What are grids?
You know, where they look like cross. They look like small little panels.
God, this market's
I hate them.
brutal as a motherfucker.
It's so funny. Why? Yeah.
Is it taking another beating today? It started at 158 points up.
Yeah, then just
fucking 50K down in 2 months.
Wait till Bernie gets in.
We probably lost 10 yesterday.
More than that.
Yesterday was a big hit. It was 25 grand across all accounts.
What do you think's going to happen?
It's just virus, man. They gotta fucking fix it.
So what do you think's going to happen? Do you think it's going to get? What
all I can do is go off of the past. SARS, the pig flu.
I'm not talking about finding a cure either. I'm just wondering, do people get used to it where they're not going to react like that? You know what I mean?
If they quit spreading so fast.
That is one thing. It's spreading.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You heard me talking about Frank. I want to emphasize, if you are selling a home, he's going to come and get it all cleaned, set, staged, photos, everything you need. And if you decide not to go with him, all he asks is for 1 day. That's it. You give him 1 day's notice, you're out. So a 1-day listing is all that he requires because he knows he has to earn your money, and he will. He has stats to show he sells for more money and he sells faster. He has stats to prove it. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Trying to get this Larson done. You never know what's going to happen with this computer.
Oh, I need another.
What? I'm lucky I'm getting done. Oh my God, with all these fucking appointments, I'm sorry, Bob, with all these appointments I have all over the place, I'm just going crazy.
Speaking of appointments, I need a doctor. I need a good primary care doctor. Do you guys have a good primary care doctor?
I love Kaiser. They come and go.
Doc just gave me one.
You know, I have one that I like.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Do you?
Christine Linares.
You need an OB/GYN, don't you?
Yeah. Lone Tree Family Practice. I love
Even
her.
better, that's not far from my house.
And you know what? Lone Tree Family Practice they're good people, just good people. And she's nice. I like her.
Now, do you always see her, or usually seeing
No, you always see her, or an assistant if it's something minor.
Right.
I mean, no, she's there, and she spends time with you. And speaking of which, I gotta get my blood drawn. Thank you for reminding me, Bob.
You bet. But I'm here.
I love her. Nice person. I don't think I've ever felt this comfortable with a doctor. You just talk about anything.
people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use.
I just like her.
When you call right now, you get free shipping and handling, no
And it's
credit card
Christine.
required, and I'll send you a free
What's
copy
her
of
name?
the audiobook so you can listen in your
Dr.
car.
Christine Linares.
Linares.
Lineres, I think. It's Linares, and
That's 1-800-493.
it's Lone Tree Family
At
Practice.
Wicked Loans, our 17,000 team members know that home is so much more
She
than
does
a house.
BioT
That's
too,
because our clients tell us all
which
the
is
time.
good, Bob.
Hey, this is Jake
BioT?
CEO
Mhm.
of Quicken Loans, and we want to help you save money on your mortgage with some of the lowest refinancing rates ever. Rates are
A lot of
historically
places,
low.
they won't even
You
take
may
new
be able to
patients.
reduce your rate and save
Right.
money on your monthly mortgage payment right now.
Yeah, fucking
Pay off your credit
Obamacare,
card
man.
debt, or put some money towards that new bathroom or kitchen you've always wanted. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%.
MSNBC says
APR
it has saved
4.23%.
more lives than
That's
anything
right,
ever.
3.99%.
Really?
While we can't
So I
predict
guess
what will happen
penicillin
in the
is
future,
just out the
we do
fucking
know that
window,
rates
huh?
have dropped, and
No,
now
it's
is the time
Good old
to
millions and
penicillin
millions,
never helped
millions
anybody.
and millions of people.
I'd say penicillin's helped way more than that. And if they really said that, they're fucking
Well, they did.
But I bet they didn't say
Save it.
that.
Yes, they did.
Thomas trying to poke the bear.
They said, no, what they said
Would you
was it's
doubt?
responsible for
He
saving
just makes
millions
shit
of
up.
lives.
Well, okay, so's everything. So's fucking rice.
So
How
is-
about wheat? Love the wheat.
Take it up with
So is
Wheat-
plumbing.
Wheat's probably saved 1 billion people.
What about oxygen?
Trees.
You know what's
Trees.
funny? You know what's funny is I said MSNBC says because it's actually somebody they were interviewing said without Obamacare you'd have millions of people uninsured and it would cause millions of deaths that are now averted because they have health care. And so I bring it out, right? Because they really do say it's responsible for saving lives. And if you've never heard that, then you're living under a rock.
They say it, but I
Not more
want to see
lives
the
than anything
I want
else,
to see the
though. That's
stats
what you said.
I want to see the stats behind
I
it.
was
'cause
just talking, but I'm saying
let's name one
No, but it
person.
wouldn't shock me if they said something that
Well,
stupid.
well, even before Obamacare, name one person in this country that would walk into a hospital and not get care.
Eric Wittenbach.
But I do kind of believe healthcare has to be
Oh, you bring up Eric again?
somehow. There are
I agree there's a better way
ways.
to do it, but I'm saying people don't get turned away.
Hi, I'm
Well,
Tom
thanks,
Martino,
Logan.
your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Okay, now listen, we are working on that home warranty thing. I want to talk to Ryan. Ryan, what is your question? Hello, Ryan, what's happening?
Hey, Tom. I had a question about stem cells.
Yes.
And if they, I guess, do they normally work for like tissue damage and?
Okay, stem cells in general don't always work. Period. Okay, they are at their best when they do work. They are specifically, if you use it properly, stem cells are good for joint repair and ligament damage. Okay, that's what it's for bone and ligament problems. The other stem cells that, and by the way, Centeno has the patent on separating two different kinds of stem cells. The reason I tell you that is because these other people that do it, even the ones that extract stem cells, they don't separate them. They don't give you effective doses of either. Now, most of them don't even give you stem cells, but the ones that even do give you the stem cells don't isolate the cells that are good for reproducing ligaments and bone or helping to heal those. So that's what stem cells are for. They go into an area and help repair the damage. That's really what they do. Your body kind of does it on its own in another process with the swelling, the heat, the fibroblast cells, the white blood cells, and all of this. You get repairs done much like stem cells do. Stem cells supercharge that process, basically. That's really what it's doing. And you can also supercharge that process with platelet-rich plasma, which has growth factors. Stem cells are a bit more effective than platelet-rich plasma in some cases. But in all cases, we don't know why, in all cases, there are times, not in all cases, I mean, there are times, if you take the whole population, there are times when stem cells do nothing. Well, I shouldn't say do nothing. They kind of help with the growth factors, but they don't get the results people believe.
Okay.
What do you have wrong right now?
I was bit by a dog on my hand, and it got infected and swelled up real bad, and I'm fairly sure I got some scar tissue and some nerve damage.
It doesn't sound like a stem cell thing, but I'm not a doctor. You know, here's the deal. An evaluation doesn't take much, but normally it's for joint and ligaments, okay? Think of it that way, joints and ligaments. Now, you may have heard of them being used for other things, like, for example, being used for islet cells in the pancreas and all kinds of systemic stuff. Yes, there is research going on for stuff like that, but it's not done in a clinical setting. That advanced kind of stem cell stuff is research. It's not being done on a daily basis in a clinical setting. The only thing being done on a clinical basis are the joints and ligaments. Mark.
Hey, did you go after the owner of the dog? I'm just curious, man. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it was a Humane Society dog we got. And they never addressed the abuse that he had in the past, and I'm fairly certain he bit his previous owner, and they picked him up as a stray.
Oh, that's too bad, man. I don't think that's what you're looking for as far as that goes for nerve damage and stuff. But listen, get an evaluation.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head.
Yours? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Good questions.
I always ask good questions. You don't even need to say that.
Do you ever get tired of fucking patting yourself on the back? Because it gets kind of sick.
Dan, pat me on the back, please.
I'm always right. Yes, Mark. Yes, you are.
Thank you.
And I always ask good questions.
I do.
My God.
Always.
Do you ever... Okay.
Thank you.
Do you need to, like, reassure yourself that much?
Yes.
All right.
Are you that shallow? Shallow how?
Yes. I love shallow now. I like when she sits down in that cafe and the whole chair just goes.
Here's a quote.
What's wrong with these chairs?
Here's a quote. Obamacare has saved more lives than anything.
Where? Who said that?
Where is it? Did he just make it up?
Yeah.
I thought so.
We should throw the panties at him.
I forgot about that.
Look at him.
I like when he's. How about when they're dancing at the nightclub and the one's got the horse face? He says. That's what Bloomberg said the other day. Yeah, he said horse-faced lesbians.
Called it one of his
Bloomberg
employees.
No, he said that in the past. He didn't say it yesterday.
No, he said it to Warren on the debate stage.
Oh, he calls her
He
horse
said,
face.
"Look here, horse face."
He calls her poke. Doesn't he call her poke?
That's what he said. He mumbled it, but they took it off
Pocahontas,
the
doesn't he? Does he call Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas?
Yeah. He hasn't yet. Trump calls her that.
Plus, Trump copyrighted it.
Stocks are once again headed lower after yesterday's dive, fueled by fear that
Disney's Pocahontas.
Global slowdown. The morning
They
trading
call her all Pocahontas.
It would be funny if they got him riled up tonight. He goes, "Oh, just shut up, you horse-faced lesbian." That'd be the best. What a weird name to call someone, a horse-faced lesbian. It's kind of, I mean, it's at least unique.
Right, but like I say, I mean, back when his business, just like Trump, he thought they were untouchable because...
Well, your 401k probably took a hit yesterday. Some experts say there's...
And he allowed 3 of the women, he said, let them out of their agreement that they can
coronavirus may mean for the global economy.
say what their lawsuits were settled for.
Fear and uncertainty are the enemy of investors.
Which will get asked tonight, I'll guarantee you.
When they get scared, when there's a big sell-off,
They're going to be jumping on Bernie big time.
Are up around
Tonight?
Yeah.
Bernie holds his own, man.
No, but they're going to be jumping on.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything. The people that are going to vote for Bernie are going to vote for Bernie. There's nothing, what's he going to do? Unless he comes on and starts changing his tune, that'd be the worst
Okay,
thing.
so here's one, on guns. He was elected, but he got a whole bunch of money from the NRA back in 1990 when he was elected.
That's 30 years
ago.
ago.
I understand that, but Bernie goes back and does that same thing to people. Well, what about this back then?
Yeah, but like Bloomberg shit's all in the last 2-3 years.
Working multiple jobs. David Wright, ABC News.
Well, when was he?
He was a fucking Republican like 4 years ago.
Online skills tests.
And he did that so he got an extra term as mayor.
Actually, he might not be that bad. If we had to have a second choice, he's better than the rest of them.
He's very anti-gun.
Yeah, but what do you need to overturn the fucking Constitution? 2/3? A vote?
Oh, it's worse. Yeah, it's heavier than that.
No, they tried that in New York City. That's all been overturned in the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I don't know about assault weapons. Those seem to change all the time. The Brady bill's gone now, right?
Yeah, it's gone.
But New York City, they had a ban on handguns forever, and that got overturned. They said you can't fucking do that.
I heard the tax on it is so much that you can't afford it.
Well, okay.
Well, that's what they've done. They
I'm not
priced
getting
it out.
into weird bullshit they do. But if you're a billionaire and want to carry a gun, you can.
Or you can hire people to carry the gun for you.
I know. That's always my favorite argument. We should get rid of guns. Well, that's easy for you to say, Barbara Streisand. You've got 14 bodyguards carrying machine guns.
Right. Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Boy, did you hear Weinstein? Man, they said he almost fainted when he got.
He's in Bellevue right now.
Yeah. He had a heart attack or had a heart palpitation.
Yeah, I think his lawyer.
I think anybody would after that.
I would too.
No, they see that. You can't fake that.
They said he broke down, started crying, his blood pressure went fucking through the roof.
I bet he offs himself.
Yeah, I would.
He's going to have 23 hours a day in a cage. They're going to have to because they'll kill him and open
Yeah.
You know, in 13, Michelle Obama was crazy on Vegas.
Still impressive at 16.5 inches, more than double a normal.
Had a big fundraiser.
You don't see anybody doing that though.
Or what's her name said at Oscars?
Clinton. They were.
Hillary Clinton was really tight with him.
How about that? How about the prince that was?
Yeah,
throwing
Prince
girls over
Andrew.
his house and nothing
Yeah.
happened to?
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah, that's Epstein.
Oh, he had the island.
Yeah.
The plane, the plane.
God, that movie was horrible. There wasn't even a midget or a tiny person. Seriously, they didn't do like it had nothing to do with Fantasy Island.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they.
Traveling from Chambers all the way out to the Kansas border.
The guy's name was the same. Who's the name? Who's Mr. what?
Rourke.
Mr. Rourke was Mr. Rourke.
But no midget?
Little person.
No, yeah.
We don't use those derogatory
Sorry,
names.
sorry.
Bring it down now.
With a high of 29. Right now, overcast, windy, and 22.
We don't want small people out front picking it.
Weather. I'm Pete Wagner on 630 K-How.
The weather gets better and the commute gets
You know what's
easier
kinda funny?
when you
Use
love
the
where
word,
you
but
live.
can't use
The
this.
team at Rocket Mortgage knows that, and they can help
Oh, I was
make
gonna say, so
dream
you're,
of homeownership
he's going right to the
a
pros, your
reality.
nephew? He's not gonna go to college?
No, he'll go to college.
You said it's
He'll get drafted in July. Yeah, so
NHL, good. What does he play?
NHL did it right.
We go through it line by line, and that really allows us to do an effective job to make
He's
sure
offense.
we're doing what's
Do you know Lighten Up?
Yeah.
Are they good guys?
Yeah, Ty's a good guy, and his wife.
Ty, that's right,
Yeah.
Ty.
And,
They're running a bunch of spots in Fort Collins.
Yeah, him and his wife are really good people.
Who are?
Lighten Up.
Lighten Up, Ty and his wife.
Pardon me, Tommy, I got an expert on line 6 for you for line 3. Panacea.
It looks like a fairly big company too. For the area.
Lighten Up?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in Windsor. They'll do about $3 million.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
For that, I mean, that's
Yeah,
fucking the boondocks.
he's got a good little company.
Have you looked at Purchase?
I always look at purchase.
Yeah.
Maybe down the road.
What would be your optimal, Springs or Fort Collins?
Fort Collins.
Why?
In a second.
No,
Cover.
I don't think it is. I think Springs is 500, Fort Collins is like 350. Springs is bigger.
Yeah, but you can cover Fort Collins, Loveland, Greeley.
Oh, okay, I see. Kind of surrounding too.
Yeah, I mean you're.
And Springs is a tough market in general.
It is. Hi, Tom Martino here, loving to help in any case. This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Truly a clear choice when you need help, and we love helping people, and we love referring people, and we love talking to people about people. So you can complain, you can give praise, you can ask questions. Here's how we do it. We have sponsors, but they become part of the effort by being in our bank of experts and database of experts. So not only do we advertise their products and services, but we use them as experts. And then we have this really good thing going where they give back and we help people, and then we shine a light on good businesses and we try to avoid bad ones. One Clear Choice Garage Doors is one of those, and One Clear Choice has 4 showrooms in Denver metro area, and they are wonderful people. Now, you don't have to go to a showroom. They'll come to you. 720-370-3987 for emergencies if a spring broke, normal maintenance, and yes, garage doors do need maintenance. They'll inspect your garage door for $80 top to bottom, make all the adjustments and sensitivity adjustments. So yeah, they do need maintenance, or you just call them for a new one if you want, starting at around $300. 720-370-3987. Okay, so listen, speaking of sponsors, Troy's got a question about CBD. Let's talk about it. What's going on? You have gout, Troy? Where? Hey, where do you have gout, Troy? You know, I've often wondered why the hell it affects the big toe mostly. People can get it in their fingers, people can get it in a knee. I mean, you can get gout almost anywhere, but I don't know why the big toe. But anyway, gout is inflammation, right? Yeah. Now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to bring on Jamie Baumgarten from Panacea Life Sciences. They're the ones that I always talk about, realcbdthatworks.com. But here's what you have to know. In general, people aren't allowed to say, yes, CBD will cure gout or do this or do that. But what they can talk about is what they've seen anecdotally about people taking it for gout, or people taking it for this or taking it for that. And they can also talk about the general properties of CBD, and then you can make your own conclusions. I mean, there's nothing wrong with freedom of speech. I just want you to know that we can't diagnose or treat anything specifically, no matter what. I mean, unless it went through millions of dollars of FDA. And so I just want to say that so we don't sound like we're dancing around. Hey, Jamie, Panacea Life Sciences, I would say, hell, an anti-inflammatory, the properties of CBD are great for gout. Hey.
An 8-day treatment study that we did with one of these patients, and it worked extraordinarily well to actually take the ulceration and swelling down in the period of a week.
Oh my goodness, I just saw it. Wow. And this is day 1, day 2. This was an 8-day gout treatment, and they took no anti-inflammatory medicines, no NSAIDs, or however people want to pronounce those, NSAIDs, and 2 Panacea Fast tablets daily. They applied the Panacea Soothe Cream 3 times. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
you know what, Troy? So, what the hell? It's not that expensive. It would be worth a try.
Okay.
What were you going to say,
Troy? What I was going to say, Troy, if you decide to try this, we would love to have you take a photo before and after, and let us add your story to gout sufferers, as this is a potential alternative to those liver damage causing prescription drugs.
Yes.
Now, Troy, do you have any other problems? CBD helps with anxiety, with sleep, it's just really good. Do you have any other problems?
Yeah. You know, my wife takes it to help with sleep. She actually, we had our one daughter, 4 years ago, and postpartum depression was a big thing.
Yeah.
And she was doing the prescription and tried CBD probably a year, maybe 2 years ago, because she had it through the last, and she's completely off the prescription stuff and just does the CBD, and
that's good.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, one thing I want to say, Troy, and again, I know you hear it all, but man, I promise you, and I promise everyone listening, honest to God, I will not be involved with a product that isn't everything I say it is, nor without a lot of research. And when I find something is not genuine, Even when I made a mistake, I say it, and that happened way back with stem cells before I did a lot of research on it. And I outed myself and said, look, this clinic is not what they say they are and blah, blah, blah. And I want to tell you, when it comes to this stuff, I was sent stuff all the time by labs that wanted me to try their CBD products. In some of those cases, there was hardly any CBD in them. I will say one thing. You can trust Panacea Life Sciences when they say there's pure CBD and how much there is. That's the thing I can tell you. Now, whether it works or not depends a lot on the person and their cannabinoid receptors and all of that. And I don't know why, Jamie, and maybe you can help us, why, Jamie, does CBD work better for some people than others?
Well, Tom, first off, you hit it on the head. It's the quality of the product that you start with, right? And that's one of the things we build here.
Right.
And then secondly, it depends on really two factors in people. How heavy are they? Okay. So if you're a heavier person, you're going to need to take more cannabidiol in order to get the effects you're after. And then secondly is how severe is that condition? So the stronger the pain or the swelling that you'd actually want to see from these NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, the more you're going to need to take to actually achieve the effects you're after.
Am I wrong then? Am I wrong when I say we have different kind of cannabinoid receptors, meaning we have different tolerances and different ways we metabolize? Is that wrong? Or are you saying that basically it does work on everyone the same? Or
it will work on everybody. It's just a matter of how much you need to take and what form you need to take in order to get that effect.
All right.
I mean, Tom, it's just like why somebody has blonde hair versus brown hair. Everybody's a little bit different. So this material is going to work a little bit different for different customers, different patients.
We've had this question before, and I got it again here in writing. Will it affect a drug test?
So what we recommend is we have a THC-free line, right? So we call that the Daily Free. Our topicals are made with a THC-free material. And if you take those materials, you will not test positive on a drug test. The full spectrum products contain 0.3% THC, so they're industrial hemp by definition. And that would actually raise a possibility of somebody testing positive in a drug test.
Right,
so,
but with the THC-free, unlike others, yours is so THC-free, you guys done minute testing and found nothing.
Correct. It's non-detectable.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, I'm not a cannabis user at all. And the company asked me to actually take these products when we come out with a new one. So I'll take twice the recommended dose for 30 days and then go in for your analysis, and I test clean.
Now what?
So that's I'm actually the guinea pig.
Now you have an equine formula. You have an equine formula.
We do.
Does that equine formula have THC?
No.
So a horse would not be disqualified from any competition.
Well, currently, THC is the drug that the racing authorities will look for in terms of disqualifying an animal.
Right.
There's still the racing or performance community is still trying to determine what their rules and regulations are going to be on cannabidiol. If you have a horse owner who actually has that as an athlete, we would want to speak with them directly. But I would be cautious about using this for performance animals just because of a potential risk they would be disqualified.
Right, not because it'll do any harm, but the cannabidiol then is, see, they don't just test for THC, but you mentioned cannabidiol. Can you explain that? That is what is that?
Well, cannabidiol is CBD.
Okay, right.
Longer,
but what? Okay, so they can test for CBD even if THC doesn't show up. They can still say, hey, by the way, we can tell you're using CBD.
Yeah, I mean, so here, Tom, like if you win the Kentucky Derby, for example, they're going to hold on to that animal's blood test for a number of years. And if they rule 2 or 3 years down the road, the cannabidiol is a performance enhancer, okay, then they could test for that and actually remove the trophy from that particular Kentucky Derby winner. Now, horse racing will more than likely follow what we're seeing with the World Anti-Doping Agency. So like the mixed martial arts people, as well as Olympic athletes, are now allowed to take cannabidiol to really help with pain and exercise-induced stress.
Yeah, but
And so
not
we
the
think that
THC part. So the cannabidiol, which is the CBD itself, is being allowed more and more. Okay, well, thank you very much, Jamie. I had several questions from people that had performance horses and wanted to know how that would do in a show. We have more coming up. Now, the guy that had the tattoos from head to toe, but basically on his neck up and as piercings, the way he dealt with it, he was so good at what he did, he had to start his own business. No one would hire him. So when he meets people, he would say right on the onset, this is how he dealt with it. You address, as they say, the elephant in the room. You don't ignore it. So he would go to the door and say, hold on. I know you probably weren't expecting someone that looks like me, or he'd make a joke. Nope, this is not Candid Camera. This is not a horror movie or something like that. He would just say it, break the ice, and make them feel totally at home. This guy got a lot of business and a lot of referrals, even though he's so weird looking. Again, it's really weird when you go into people's homes how people will react. But I have found that when you address things right up front, it helps. Even when you want to sell somebody something and you know first of all, I always say you have to know they need it. But then there are ways to upsell. And we'll go over a couple of those because that's a really important thing for small business.
Now back to Rick Edelman, founder of Edelman Financial Engines.
Thanks, Rick.
That sucks on YouTube. You can't fucking paste more than 200 characters. Did you know that?
I never.
What? You can't what, Mark?
You can't write more than 200 characters.
As a description?
Yeah, like to comment on something.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, man. I find it crazy.
I gotta go.
How's biz? Good.
It's outstanding.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a really good
I don't
January.
like it. I'm not gonna look.
February's gonna.
February's cold as shit, man.
You know what?
Most snow we've seen.
Interestingly enough, the HVAC
Mike's
side of
on.
our business is the hardest.
So, John Fuller is not only a good guy, he's our expert when it comes to automobile accidents, traffic accidents. A big rig hits you, you're on your motorcycle, you're on your bicycle, something happens. Listen, John Fuller will fully evaluate your case, and he'll do it very quickly. He can tell you what to do, how to proceed, and if he thinks he can collect. If he takes your case, you know that he feels strongly about it, and there will be direct communication always. PersonalInjuryCO.com, 303-597-4500.
Yeah, as cold as February's been, our HVAC business is struggling more than
What
plumbing
is?
and electrical. HVAC is struggling more than plumbing and electrical right now, with as cold as February is. It's
why?
I don't know. And I've talked to my distributor. I've talked to friendly competitors.
Here's what I think. People went through a cold November, right? Wasn't it cold?
Hell yeah.
And a lot of replacements and fears were taken care of then.
And that's very true. A lot happens at the beginning of the season.
Yes.
When things first kick off.
That normally did.
October, November. Yeah.
You had a busier, I think, preseason, so to speak, then.
And there's a lot of truth to that. That happens. Yeah, usually you'll get that spurt when things start kicking on, but then if it's an extended cold winter or an extended hot summer and systems are working overtime, then you'll see some late season stuff just because they're working hard all season long.
Yes, I'd like to
Just a heads up there on line 3, Jane is at an eating disorder facility. They won't let her leave. I think it's because she was put in there. She's 45. She was put in there by Denver Health. I guess she'd finished whatever. They said, you're going to have to continue with treatment. She said, sorry, I don't really want to continue with treatment outside of here. So now they're talking about certifying her. So that's the background on that girl. She's very well spoken.
Did we have counselors and stuff on our referral list? They may have not stayed because it wasn't a good fit. But didn't we have kind of, not just for eating disorders, no, I'm talking about, didn't we have
we
like
had that
people,
one gal at therapist, but she did kids, and I don't know if it was eating disorders.
No, but normally they have at least a sense about stuff when they study psychology. I'm just wondering.
Do you want me to try her?
Yeah, is she still on?
She's not on.
Yeah, it's just, you know, we've never been a good fit for those kinds
I know. I wonder if maybe talk about it. Maybe I'll get some expert feedback. I get that a lot, Tom, when it comes to medical stuff. Hey, I'm a therapist with this.
Right. So this is a woman with an eating disorder.
She's at ERC. She said it's one of the top in the country. It's in Denver, but she was put there by Denver Health. She went into Denver Health, I think, January 8th.
It has to be extreme.
God.
It must be. So they basically committed her to this place?
Yeah, the Denver Health Center there.
Wow.
But what do you do if you say, I don't want to continue treatment? Then they say, we're going to certify you. Does that mean they certify you as mentally
crazy?
Well, she's using the wrong term, but they're basically saying she needs mental health. That they're allowed. The state right now is allowed to invoke mental health on you if they don't think you're sane.
If they feel it's a danger to you or to someone else.
It's scary.
Yeah. It is scary.
Tom, you still live out east?
Oh, no.
I remember Clint and I flew over your house one time.
I haven't lived out there
That's where Tom Martino lives.
Yeah.
Where?
Out east, where he lived, Bennett or something?
Oh, I've never lived out that far. The farthest I ever lived was just east of Parker, about 4 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but you were kind of on your own, though, out there, weren't you?
Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
Way back. But I haven't lived really way out there ever. Not way out. And then in Franktown, I was on my own, too, until it all filled in. But
yeah.
My places are now considered close in, the ones I had.
Oh,
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so as far as upselling, I talked about addressing the elephant in the room when it comes to appearance. This guy that had tattoos all over his face and piercings, he would simply put the homeowner at ease immediately by simply saying, hey, you know, no, this is not a traveling carnival. I'm not here from the carnival or something, as a joke, because it was really outrageous the way he looked. But he put them at ease. When it comes to upselling, you need to put people at ease. Why pretend you're not trying to sell, or why pretend you're not there for a specific reason? You say, look, you let them know up front that they're going to have suspicions. You can say that, but you can say things like, if you think they need something, first and foremost, they have to need it. Obviously, I don't believe in selling something they don't need, or something that would do them a good service. They don't have to absolutely need it either. But let's take a product, and you're there for HVAC, and there's a whole house filter that could really help them, or a whole house. Is that maybe, or
How about a humidifier, a whole home humidifier?
Yeah, or let's say, and you say to them, look, you know, these things are really spectacular. Now, I want you to know that it's my job. It's my job to sell products, but only products that are good and only ones I really believe will do you a service. I don't need to push anything. You can say something like that right up front, or I truly thought that this one house I was at, I didn't want to tell them about the humidifier because I didn't want them to get the impression I was trying to sell them something, but I really was, because I thought it would do them good. And then it turns out they bought one that was inferior, and I felt bad about it. I just want you to know what we have available in our line, or a humidifier, or whether it's a whole house, or how about this? How about an air cleaner, air sanitizer, or an electronic filter, something. And again, with plumbing, with anything, if you just address that, they probably know that sales is part of the job.
but I don't sell things unless I really think they'll benefit you or you can address it in some way. Again, I'm trying to do this on the fly, so it's hard, but there are ways to just put people at ease. You know, like when people go there to clean a furnace, let's say, to do a clean and adjust, there's not a company alive that doesn't want, I'm not saying they praying something is wrong, and I'm not saying they'll make it up, but they want to be able to provide more service, just like with the garage doors inspections and just like with $14.95 oil changes. People want to be of more service to make more money. I have no problem with that. The problem is when they make things up. So I think since we're all thinking something, there's nothing wrong with addressing it. No matter what it is, when it is, where it is. There's nothing wrong with simply addressing the issue. It puts everyone at ease, no matter what it is. Shane, I'm sorry for the wait, Shane. What's going on with you?
No problem, Tom. Look, I live out here in Weld County, and we have about 12 to 15 semis that continually speed up and down our county road here. From where they pick up the dirt to their first right-hand turn is a little less than 3/4 of a mile.
Right, that's a common complaint near any kinds of, is this a gravel pit?
No, it's not a gravel pit. They're digging dirt out for an augment pond that's going to be placed out here, and they're taking it from out here into the city of Brighton.
Okay.
I'm calling on behalf of a whole bunch of people that live out here that are just flat tired of the bad driving, the speeding.
Are they dirt roads?
The sound. No, it's a paved road.
Okay.
It's a paved road. There's currently a speed limit sign sitting in my house. It's been here since the 6th of February. Today's the first day that they've started in again. I can sit in my bedroom, out my window, and I can see exactly what the speed is because the speed sign was placed by the Weld County Sheriff's Department. And I'll give them credit. Weld County, the sheriff has tried. They've tried. We have sent letters to the commissioner, to Tom Parco, and a whole bunch of other people.
What position does Parco have now?
Parco is still the Weld County, whatever he was when you guys had the conversation about the cell tower that was in Firestone.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does.
Okay.
I just emailed him again this morning asking how to get it to stop.
I wouldn't depend on him because he's a liar. But I mean, you know, this guy is just a fool. But listen, man, I feel for you. And you know what? Everyone who lives out in the country has a complaint at one time or another about speeders because of just the way it is. People out there do it. And unless the sheriff's department is there to stop them, and even when they're there, they can't be there all the time. Shane, there is no real solution to this other than other than what? There is no real solution. What would you do, Mark, if this was happening past your house? What do you do? You know, and by the way, I'm not saying you don't have a valid complaint. You do. You are definitely speaking for others, even people you don't know, Shane, because we get this email or phone call a lot about speeding trucks mainly because people – go ahead.
It goes further than that. There is a Down syndrome girl that lives next door to me. There's only there's about 7 to 9 houses on this road, and then there's some that are farther, just a little farther. There's a Down syndrome girl next door. They will blow the air horn because it takes her too long to get off the school bus.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
I can tell you the exact day. I can tell you the exact time, and I can.
So when the school bus stops to let little kids out or to let this little girl out, if they think it's taking too long, they blast their air horn.
I can tell you it's happened.
Do you have video of it?
No, I other than the 3 other neighbors that were out there.
Man, that sucks. What else?
It just goes on all the time. There's another route that they can take that would not take them anywhere near these homes. I've lived out here 19 years. There is another route that they can
How long is this going to be going on? How long will this be going on?
We have no idea. We can't ever get the truth. It's been going off and on now for 2 years.
2 years? Well, eventually, don't they have it built out eventually?
We don't have any clue because you ask them, we don't get told the truth. I'm not the only one calling the sheriff's department or the state patrol or the county.
Shane, when you say you're not told the truth, there is no truth. I mean, what do you mean? I'm just asking how long it's going to go on. If they don't, well, then if they don't know, there's nothing to tell you. I won't say they lie to you. I mean, here's the deal, okay? No one's lying and cheating. It's just people speeding. Let's just call it what it is. There's no vast conspiracy. This is a bad situation. It's terrible. I agree with you. What?
It's cutting corners too short, so cars and vehicles have to move back. They're making a left-hand turn. They're having to vehicles are actually having to back up because they're cutting the corner.
Okay, and the reason you're on so long is I believe you, and I believe it's a serious problem, and I don't think it's isolated to this particular project. This has been a problem for people in the country for a long time. Those roads are like raceways, and they're I'm surprised more people don't get killed out there. So. What's the name of the company? Do you know? Is there a particular trucking company? Because that's where we hit it. You see, you go to the source because that's the only time it's going to stop.
The contractor is Bemis Construction.
Peters?
And Bemis, B-E-M-A-S.
Okay, Bemis, like Bemis and Butthead. Bemis.
Yeah.
Well, with an M, not with a. That's Beavis is the cartoon, right? Bemis, B-E-M-I-S, Bemis Construction.
A-S.
A-S, okay.
Yep. And so we spoke to the sheriff this morning. He called the construction company. They claim they're not doing anything. They claim that it's not their trucks. They're the only one out here hauling dirt. So the sheriff, the one deputy sheriff, has tried. He still is. He's actually here currently watching them.
Good.
He tries really hard, and I'll give him all the credit in the world. But we're not going to stop this until somebody either A, gets hurt or B, gets killed.
Okay, so listen, Shane, you had something in your mind when you called. What are you hoping to accomplish? What do you think we can do to help? Just tell us. What? What do you want?
We need to call Tom Parco and ask him why they can't be moved off of this road and stay away from the home.
Oh, that's a nice name to hear,
No, I know. We already went over that. Tom Parco's. I just told him you're dealing with a terrible county to begin with.
Or the county commissioner, which is Barb Kirkmeyer.
See, the problem with you got a twofold problem. First of all, your county is corrupt, okay? So it's hard to deal with these people because they don't care. When you have people that don't care, then you add on top of it a company that doesn't care. Do you really believe Tom Parco gives a damn or any of those people? They don't. Now, that sheriff's deputy seems to care. Like I said, I just wish there was something we could go after them civilly for. You know what I'm saying? Where you guys get together and you sue them, but there are no damages right now.
No, there's no damages. It's like you say, it goes on all the time. And the problem being is we've asked very nicely for it to stop, and it just doesn't stop. It goes on from 7 in the morning till 5 at night, Monday through Saturday, and you would think that you could be somewhat civil when numerous people are asking you to stop doing something.
Okay.
For the safety.
Who are you asking? Who are you asking?
We talked to the owner of Bemis Construction, who's Larry Ames.
Larry, what's his last name?
A-M-E-S.
Ames. Okay.
Maybe we try reaching out to him.
You know what he's going to say? Our trucks aren't doing it. But why won't they use another route? Then they can.
We don't know. We have no idea.
Larry Ames. Let's reach out to Larry Ames and figure out what. Did you get a hold of that builder, by the way, Slim? Did you get a hold? Left a message. Okay. We're going to talk to Bemis Construction. I wouldn't hold your breath. I mean, what do you do? You know, people, I don't know, man. It's like people don't care, especially in the country, because there's no one to enforce it. You see, that wouldn't happen on Colorado Boulevard or Colfax or any street. It would not happen in town on a street because all it would take is a couple of people complaining and the police would be out there. It just wouldn't be tolerated. There's got to be a way, maybe like photo radar even. Seriously. I wonder if the county would consider photo radar if the homeowners chipped in for it. And that may sound outrageous, but I'm serious about it. You have speeding trucks on roads in the country, and they will. And he's saying it's dangerous, and he's saying all the homeowners feel that way. Steve has a what's going on? Is this? We are past the break time. Way
no,
past.
that's wrong. Something's wrong with that. But it is break time.
Is there something wrong? No, that clock says something.
The clocks
totally.
are screwy outside,
Oh, okay.
Tommy.
More coming right up.
36 after.
Yeah. Why is that clock messed up?
It's the magnetic forfeitures of the alignment
Or
of the
40,
stars.
or 41 after. You guys
When
want
I
that
saw
donut?
that, I thought, what the
Because I'm
hell?
not eating it.
What's oh God, I can't stand it.
I don't eat till afterwards. A lot of sugar. I tell you what, when you don't eat sugar after a while, you have a donut like that, it just coats your mouth, inside of your mouth. The sugar does.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I eat lots of sugar.
Do you eat? You just don't like donuts?
No, I love donuts. I'm trying to be good right now. I got to the heaviest point of my life, and so I've lost 9 pounds in the last month. I'm gonna try to lose about another 9, and then I'll be good.
Then you back on donuts?
And then I'm back on, and I'll gain a little back.
Man, I swear I can't get this printed. I got you a donut.
I appreciate that.
Tom will eat it if you won't.
No.
It's all M&Ms, bro. Look at it.
It is all M&Ms.
It's voodoo.
Yeah, I know. I don't want
Tom's weakness.
My weakness is
peanut brittle.
All of it. DenverTrialLawyers.com. If you need help or information even on catastrophic injuries, if something happens, you don't know where to turn, I always say DenverTrialLawyers.com. Why? Because they handle the cases that no one else wants to touch. But you have to call them first to find out. Okay? Yeah, they handle massive accidents. They handle products that are defective, that hurt people, or doctors, hospitals, nursing homes, school systems. If you have a catastrophic injury, whether mental or physical, emotional, give them a try. Call them. See what they can do for you. 303-571-5302, 571-5302, DenverTrialLawyers.com.
Amen.
It's like I'm in a time warp or something. Nothing is making sense to me.
Well, it's because that clock's wrong.
That
why.
very seldom happens. Holy crap, holy. I'm going to turn on my world clock here.
I have one in my head. Do you wake up the same time every day?
Like Kramer?
I do.
Yeah. Great, that was a good
What time do you get up?
You're on.
And then what happens? He oversleeps.
Because he was tired. He didn't have his what?
I don't remember. He didn't have
His comforter.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was in the cleaners.
Isn't that when the runner was going to be there too?
Yes.
Tommy, line 1. Denver Health sending him to collection for emergency surgery just under 80 grand. What I don't understand is he's over 70.
What the hell they hope to collect?
Well, I'm wondering why isn't he on Medicare or
I know,
something?
let's talk to him. That's a good one.
All right.
He might have not signed up.
Can he go back?
Yeah.
Can he go back retro if it was just in September?
Yes. Yes.
You think so?
Yeah. On Medicaid you can, if that's what you're asking. Social Security,
I got
how
can
far
you
back?
be
You
a
can't
senior
do it on-
citizen
I
and
don't
do Medicaid?
Get whatchamacallit on.
How
Okay.
far back can you
Joy,
go?
that lady Joy's
I don't
got
know.
it.
But I've known that John
that
did it
gave
for
you
us. He
Joy?
got people
She
that
does?
were
Yeah.
eligible for Medicaid. They went retro. But
Whoa,
I don't think
look who's
Medicare.
doing
In fact,
that. Is this
here's
for
the
you?
thing about Medicare.
Mark brought it for me, but I'm not going to eat it, so you take it.
Here's the thing about
Take it to your
Medicare.
friend. Take
Oh,
it.
you know
Yeah,
what?
give it to Shannon.
Yesterday they had donuts.
Yeah, give it to
Shannon's not feeling good today, guys.
Well, then you can take it home and eat it tomorrow.
He ain't looking good either. Ah!
Would you get whatchamacallit John on?
Yes.
You know
Yesterday
what I
they
mean.
had donuts with Fruity Pebbles on them.
Oh, there's-
I love Fruity
There's
Pebbles.
one out there with Fruity Pebbles.
Shut up. I'm not
Go
eating
trade
it.
this in for
Are
the one
these-
for Fruity
God,
Pebbles.
Are these
Will you
those-
eat that?
That donut right there.
It looks good to you, doesn't it? Just eat the
It's
M&Ms.
disgusting though. If I ate it,
The M&Ms.
I would feel like shit.
I've gained 11
cheated.
pounds
No,
with the
Bob,
son of a bitch being
don't
this
give
close
it
to
to
me.
Just eat the top.
No,
M&Ms don't. They don't. They don't.
There, now
they
we
don't
know
count
no
as
way.
You know, it's
carbs.
like a $4 donut.
Oh, you
Yeah, it was. Or $8.
It's not trash. 'cause it's
It
Now
was
I
on top. It's not refuge until it's underneath. That is the best. I would be so embarrassed if someone saw me digging something out of the trash to eat. I fucking would never look at him again. Ever.
Oh, come on.
I've done stuff
That was the same episode where he took his shirt completely off to go to the bathroom.
That was good.
He
was looking at the 3D.
I was with Barry Fay. Listen to this.
In there.
I was with Barry Fay, and we were at Del Frisco's. This is an honest, true story. And he says he loves this particular kind of meat, but mainly he likes it around the bones. He doesn't really like, the whole steak.
He just likes,
He asked that.
I can't imagine where this is going.
No. The guy left. I swear to God, he reached over and got the guy's plate because he left the bones.
Oh, and to eat the bone.
No kidding.
He left the bone with meat on it.
Yeah, but
Barry
if it's in a
reached
good
over.
restaurant, it's okay.
It was after a guy was eating like this. You eat. And then he was done with it.
Did the guy look like he had money, though?
Damn.
Oh, I thought he was very faded.
I can't believe Barry killed himself.
Completes most window and door
That
installs
was
in
so
as little
hard.
as one day. In business for over 30 years, Dream Style Remodeling is A+ rated by the BBB and has
Right
over
now.
70,000 happy customers. From consultation to cleanup with
Oh,
backup,
come on.
fast install with a lifetime
See,
warranty.
people
nice
say
Dream Style Remodeling is America's number
he
one
was sick or
remodeler.
something.
The average customer saves thousands on their Pella windows. Get
I
your
didn't know he
windows
was in
now
that much
with
trouble.
monthly
He
payments
called me
as low
a
as
day before,
$99
a couple
or
days
choose 12
before.
months, same as
You
cash.
kidding?
Call
No.
Dream Style
He was
Remodeling
always
now.
trying
We'll
to
be there as soon
get
as
us
tomorrow
involved in
for your
something.
free, no
He was
obligation
always,
in-home consultation.
because he used to be really rich, and then he fell from grace somehow, never got it back. And when people sometimes have tasted that wealth and that life, they're sometimes worse off than people that come up that way, because it's like they always try to get it back, like that ring, they try to get it back, you know? They're not satisfied with even a normal life. They just want to get back the wealth. Say it again, dear. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'll take a quick comment on those Weld County trucks, Steve. Go ahead. They're speeding up and down Weld County from some kind of construction site. They're all pissed off at Bemis Construction, and the county will do nothing about it, Weld County. What's your comment?
Well, my comment is, number one, why can't they put photo radar out?
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking. Do photo tickets.
And my other comment is the gap project between Castle Rock and Monument. Why aren't they putting
What is
photo
that?
radar?
Oh, it's
The
hell.
Gap
That's
project?
what it is. It's hell.
What do you mean the gap project?
Between Castle Rock and basically Larkspur.
What are they building?
They're just expanding the highway. I
Oh,
don't know what
okay.
the hell they're
Highway.
doing. It's horrible. Like, people die out there.
Steve?
You know what? Every day there's an accident. There's 2 accidents every day, both on northbound and southbound, every day.
Well,
So why
I
don't
hear
they
you.
Why don't they put photo radar out there to stop these truckers from being in the left-hand lane? I mean, don't get me wrong. I drive a rig for a living, and I was in the right-hand lane, and they changed the speed limit from 60 to 45. I'm doing like 49. I got this car hauler. I mean, he thinks he's Mario Andretti. Run through that gap project. Is that 5 minutes going to make or break your day?
No, it's not. And I'm all for photo radar tickets. I'll tell you that. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Not me. I don't like it.
Well, in certain circumstances, they're good.
I don't like when they happen to me.
I thought they stopped enforcing those.
No, they didn't. Well, I don't think they stopped enforcing them. They're hard to enforce, but they do it. Joy, what's going on?
Well, I retired at the end of January.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I was a teacher, and I have Medicare coming because I'm 65. But meanwhile, this month I fell and broke I assume I broke my wrist. It's jutting at ridiculous angles, but because I'm not covered.
Oh, my
this
goodness.
month-
Wait. You still haven't had that taken care of? You fell?
Yeah, I fell on the city of Arvada property.
When?
Leaving Myers Pool on Valentine's Day.
Wait a minute.
And I went-
Hold on. You can't. The longer you wait, that's going to be worse. You think you
know.
broke it, and you say the bones are going in different directions?
Yeah. I sent you a picture. It's rather
Wait a minute. And you
gruesome.
did not seek help because why?
Well, Because I'm not insured. For all these years I've been insured, it's Murphy's Law that this is the month I would need coverage.
Okay, so what? Let me get this straight. You were insured as a teacher. Then you were going to transition to Medicare.
Right.
But in between you had nothing.
Yeah.
Well, what was your?
I have nothing.
You had Medicaid. If you did not have income, you would have been eligible for Medicaid.
Oh.
Yes, you see, people think Medicaid is just for the indigent, and it's not. Medicaid was expanded drastically under Obamacare. That is where when people say it's such a good plan, that's what they're talking about. It's not people on people who have anywhere from normal insurance on up to super insurance. Those people all got hurt. The only people that really got helped, and I don't mean only, but there are millions of people that Medicaid was expanded to. I mean, that's the catch-all Medicaid because they didn't have coverage before. So here's the deal. I want to know, what was your income? Was it totally nothing, or did you have any kind of income?
More this month? No, I will when I get Social Security.
Okay,
which is also
but you're not going to
month.
get Social Security for another year, right?
Well, I'm 65, so I applied for it, and I'm supposed to be getting it.
Well, hold on. You're talking about early Social Security then. The one you were supposed to get at 62?
Well, it goes up incrementally the longer you wait, is what they told me.
Well, what full retirement age is 66 and something. If you take it before that, there are severe penalties. So you're going to, okay, you didn't do it the right way, but it's too late now, Joy. If you applied for Social Security before full retirement age, the rest of your life is discounted. Basically, it's a ridiculous thing to do. But let's talk to John Jones at Integra Insurance. John, I got a couple things to ask you, okay, John?
Yeah, I'm here, Tom.
Medicare and Social Security are separate. When you take early Social Security, that doesn't kick in early Medicare, does it?
That's correct, unless you were disabled.
Okay, so Medicare kicks in when you are 66 and a half or older, right?
Medicare will kick in when you're 65.
Okay, what's full retirement age?
Somewhere between 66 and a half to 67. I'm not sure which one it is.
But Medicare can kick in at 65. So she can get Medicare. But Joy, this happened before. When did this happen?
It happened on Valentine's Day.
When do you turn 65?
I am 65. I turned 65 last July.
Okay, hold on. Then we have to figure out.
Then, Tom, had she already applied for a Medicare?
That's what we have to hold. Just hold on. I'm confused about that. First, I want to know if she did not apply, can you still get it, go retroactive, or do you have to be actively participating in it? And then, two, I want to know about Medicaid.
Now, impact traffic.
So her thing, Tom, is because she applied late for Medicare, she says it's not going to kick in until March. That's what Medicare.
Well, it probably. I don't know though if it can go retro. That's what I have to find out.
She's been 65 for a long time.
I know.
They probably sent her a letter. She said, and she did.
I just don't. I don't know the rules for Medicare when it comes to retro.
Yeah.
I need to find this fucking phone.
What phone?
No, my phone. Oh, I'm just going to do it on my computer, that's all.
Can we change that manually or
no? No. That one's on the system.
Hey, brother, I'm in studio. I can't talk long. But is Blake still the safety manager at Bemis? Okay, great. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Oh, you know the guy?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I'm going to call him.
See, he told when he said it was Marquez Trucking, I thought Shane said.
Oh, Marquez Trucking?
No. He said Bemis here, but when I was talking to him, I thought he said Marquez.
I wonder if Marquez is hired. Wonder if Bemis hired Marquez.
I don't know.
Shit. Who knows? Maybe
Is Shane still on there? Is Shane still?
I can't see shit. I don't know.
Here, I'll go see.
What are you looking for?
Is Shane still on there?
No.
Okay.
See, I thought when I was talking or got his email that he said it was Marquez Trucking.
What's his email address?
Never mentioned that. He mentioned
me to take
Yes,
Bemis.
right. I know it.
Larry Ames, Bemis. So I don't even know what Marquez is.
I don't know who Larry Ames is, but I know the safety manager at Bemis.
You know him personally?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him.
Okay, you mean you know him?
Yeah, I worked with him.
Okay,
yeah,
good,
he's a good guy.
Good.
Yeah. But if Bemis hired this Marquez Trucking as a subcontractor, I need
Don't
to know
confuse
that.
yourself yet, okay?
Okay,
He
yeah.
said Bemis.
Okay.
Hand me one of those pens, bro.
You should have one.
Hey, listen. Whether I should have one or not, it has nothing to do with anything, bro.
This is screwing me up. The clock.
I know. I don't like it.
Why?
Yeah, that's
I look
weird,
at it all
man.
the time.
Because I was looking at that, waiting for my break.
I understand, bro. I understand, bro.
Ain't nobody, bro.
I understand, bro.
Next time you need a garage door repair or replacement, call Don's Garage Doors at 303.
Yeah, so I got his email. So I'm right. Yes. Well, County.
Online at donsgaragedoors.com.
Okay, Bemis Construction is the lead contractor, and the semi-trucks are for Marquez Trucking.
Okay, Marquez Trucking.
So what did you say now?
Bemis is the lead contractor, but the semis are Marquez Trucking. So
I'll call Jake.
Subcontracted on.
So they both are responsible.
Yeah, I'll call. Yeah, Jake won't appreciate that
We should
very
go
much.
directly to the truckers, I think.
Well, if you go through Bemis, their safety guy, they subcontractor, they'll jump on them big time.
Yeah, they'll get on their ass.
Big time.
Okay, but I would go to.
They'll threaten to pull the contract.
I wonder who he went to though. He said he went.
He said he went to Bemis Construction. Larry
and they did
Ames.
nothing.
That's kind of funny because when you have a subcontractor, like just so
You're responsible for it.
you're responsible.
Oh yeah.
And therefore, you would get on their ass. I get it.
Big time.
I get it. I'm not sure how big time it is, but I know that you would be concerned.
Well, I know in the oil field.
In the oil field, it is.
Right.
You can lose a contract so fast.
Yep.
Wow. Why?
Dangerous.
Because usually you're after like the Chevrons, all the big companies and stuff hire you, and if you're hiring unsafe subcontractors.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They didn't seem.
And it's pretty easy for, like, say, Bemis to say to a subcontractor, says, knock this crap off.
Yeah,
You're gonna lose
that's the angle I'm
unless
going to
it's so
attack.
hard to find a trucking company.
That could be the other problem here. My God. Just finding truck drivers is hard enough.
Who is
SaferNet, Brad?
No, I'm talking to myself. I'm the only one that makes sense to myself. Thank you.
Who insures your home?
Mine? Yeah, it doesn't. The broker I use is Compass, and the carrier's not that important because it changes depending on rates and stuff. But my home right now, one of them is insured by Compass, and one of them is insured
Just
by.
call Compass, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I've used Compass for 25 years, but they said Pure is the
Compass
only,
Insurance Group you
yeah,
use? Okay.
for auto and home, and I have.
And what did they say to you?
Well, I have Pure Insurance, P-U-R-E.
Yeah. And they like them?
No, I don't like them.
Why?
There's got to, but they said that's the only company that'll insure my home.
Why?
For the value, because the pine trees around it. I mean,
Okay, so is the fire department more than 5 miles or 10 or whatever?
Well, no, Castle Pines has their own fire department right there.
You live right there in Castle Pines?
I wonder why that's such
So,
a deal.
is this because your trees are so close and they want you to cut them these other places? I know State Farm is
Maybe,
huge
No.
for cutting all your trees around.
They should check Chubb. Chubb should.
Have they actively shopped for you? You have to ask them to please actively shop these.
They said they did, so.
Okay.
But they said that was the only one that would insure this home.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. RenewHomeInnovations.com for Kohler products, including the Choreograph
shower by Renew Home Innovations. They make showers custom to the way you move. If you want to have the custom ultimate forever home, that's what you do. Now, they have good, better, and best too, but here's the message. Renew Home Innovations specializes in bathrooms, and then within that, especially the shower. Beautiful stuff. When you see this solid porcelain bathroom with the wall systems that are porcelain, oh my goodness gracious, you think you walked into a magazine. 303-904-2000, renewhomeinnovations.com. Okay, listen, John Jones, I have some very basic questions first. If you do not apply for Medicare, you don't have Medicare. That's pretty obvious. But if you apply later, will it go retroactive if you would have been eligible?
No.
Okay, so Joy, for all intents and purposes, has no insurance at the time of this happening. Does Medicaid go retroactive to the time of the incident?
It could, up to 60 days.
Ooh, and that's
in the past. I mean, technically, she hadn't been treated for anything yet.
Right?
Correct?
No, she hasn't, and it's February 14th it happened. So Joy, if she had no income during the month of February, could be eligible for Medicaid, right?
Yes, but she's going to have to go to the local Health and Human Services office in whatever county she's in, and actually sit down and talk directly with the person there to see if she can enroll in Medicaid. And Tom, can I ask Jory real quick, when she turned 65, did she not apply for a Medicare A and B?
She did not.
No, I didn't.
Okay, but she's doing it now. So
now.
listen, Joy, what's important is you get right now with Medicaid, get with them now and get it signed up. And if you need help, you can call Integra Insurance, 303-466-5500.
Choose to call home. American Financing.
Yeah, Medicare, even if you have insurance.
What's that, sir?
Medicare, even if you have insurance, like you're working with a company, you're still supposed to apply for Social Security prior to becoming 65.
Say
And then
that
you
again.
wait.
Say that again.
Even if you have insurance, like say,
Right.
she had her to school,
Right.
you're still supposed to apply for for Medicare, and then you waive it.
Okay. Yeah, but she did.
Yeah, no.
Is there a penalty for not applying?
It's just a big mess, I think.
You know, though, but I've heard of other seniors. I knew one guy who was 70 who was not covered for anything, and he would have been. Can you imagine just foregoing that? He didn't want to pay the premiums. I thought they'd take him out anyway.
Oh, you no, you don't, no.
Because the premiums they take out of your benefit.
Right.
Out of your Social Security usually, or you got.
What if you take Medicare, but you postpone your paying you have to pay out of pocket then your premium.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's good insurance. Medicare is excellent.
All right, I'm out of here, right? I don't know.
Really bad.
Yeah, you can stay.
Up to you, Bob.
Come on.
Yeah.
There's more donuts, Bob.
As long as you
more
don't
donuts.
use donuts.
It's really up to you.
That's because he's going to stay now for
I'll
donuts.
stay for a little bit. I gotta use the restroom.
Daniel, you got a common man.
Oh, he's a common man? I looked on there, there's
Well,
this
he's a referral list member. I call him a common man.
Okay.
I'm going to go grab him.
President Trump today downplayed no trade deal, but India has agreed to buy U.S.-made military hardware. We're all set for $3 billion worth of.
I'm surprised they went to Bemis, they wouldn't get on.
I'm going to call Jake. I just texted him.
Yeah. No, I'm really.
I mean, they'll light a fire under their ass.
You would think.
Especially some Marquez truck.
We've had issues with Marquez before.
Yeah, that name sounds really familiar with me. I don't know why. Maybe they hauled sand or something. I don't know. Or propping. I don't know what the hell they've done. They've hauled for me before, but that name sounds familiar.
Tom, and they said they were honking the horn at a Down syndrome.
Oh, hell yeah.
Too slow to.
Shot down by the Iron Dome. The IDF bombs Islamic Jihad targets.
But there's no video there, right?
Right. No video of that.
That would be fucking viral video.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Viral.
Well, I'll tell you what. He can probably videotape it. You guys head out there and you walk across the street, and he'll videotape you.
Go out there with my crutches.
No, I meant you videotape Dan. That'll get us more sympathy. The Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Last week failed to bring it down. Yesterday, a demolition team with a wrecking ball tried, but it didn't work. The crew says it could be days before they bring down the tower. David Wright, ABC News.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
Liberty Mutual.
When we're not talking, Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. I've actually been removed as a teacher. Check it!
Oh my God, I hate this stupid thing.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
How can a fully stocked restaurant improve your image? How can service fire extinguishers or a first aid cabinet make your employees more prepared? How can comfortable work apparel make your business more productive? For over 1 million customers, the answer is simple. Cintas. Cintas delivers everything you need to open your doors with confidence. Because helping keep businesses well equipped, clean, and looking their best, that's our business. Get Cintas and get ready for work.
J-How News Time, 12:03.
Oh, Bendinelli.
Congressman Jason Crow has been watching the Democratic presidential debates. He says he'll be tuning into the latest one tonight, but like many, he has yet to...
I'm watching that tonight, man. You know that's going to be hopefully a good one.
You know,
The last
I
one
know you
was
say Bernie's
fucking
going to
good.
be. He says the same thing. They're going to hit him up because he said, "Oh, Cuba wasn't all bad," and things like that.
Cuba's not that bad. I mean, compared to like.
The people are living in poverty.
Oh, they hate it. I'm not saying they. Hey, it's just a short fucking swim to Florida. And I heard if they get on the beach, they're here to stay, right?
Yeah.
Well, how is that? They have to.
No, we don't. If
they have to be on dry land.
If they make land, they're good.
Yeah, they were granted amnesty.
That would help us through this first year in getting everything developed.
I suggest they take a boat. It's probably quicker, but
Buttigieg's been really jumping on them about.
Didn't Obama made it to where we didn't even have an issue with him anymore, right, or something?
He did. They
opened up tourism.
Whereas now it's looking back to education.
And it's not for the table, it's for the event, so our logos will be on the slides and stuff.
Yeah, come in.
What is it?
Oh, just a charity I support. What do you
Is it Bernie for president?
Go Bernie.
Feel the burn.
No, this has saved so many children. It's that law, Jody's law, where you can drop kids off.
Oh, at the fire station.
Yeah, and they take care of them. And they used to find kids in dumpsters and all of that, and now you go right to a fire station.
And it's no questions asked.
None. Zero. They can't ask anything.
The freshest cup of coffee in the world. Every cup is ground fresh.
Thank God, this woman did
That is a good.
She started it here,
Yeah, it is.
and it went
Richard,
nationwide.
you're going to sit next to Dan there in front of that mic, and then if you can just stay scooched here, because I'm behind you, and I just need to be able to see Tommy. So hang right here. Oh, you got it. Perfect. Do headphones to hear the show. You'll know
It's
when to
called
take them
Safe
on and off
Haven
with the
for
guys.
newborns.
Dan will help you, but on to talk and off when you're not. But he'll help you with it.
Okay. Oh, I didn't get.
You doing okay, Chad?
Yes, ma'am.
Here's our guest,
Hey,
Richard
Daniel.
Thomas. He's a referral listener.
Jake said he'll be on the phone with Marquez Truckee as soon as he gets back to the office.
We met before, Richard.
Yes, he was in last year.
You have the bonnet cleaning, but you have the one that does. What do you call it? The what?
Ion exchange.
Exactly. I remember it was different than that scrubbing shampoo crap.
Try Greenberry Honey Nut
How you doing, Bob? Richard. Nice to meet you.
All with amazing onyx
Richard.
So, like say, if you talk, you just got to hit that, and then you'll shut it off. But you keep until you're done talking.
Yeah, I'm just going to stick around for about another 15 minutes.
Whatever you want to do, just tell me you want a special. I'll get it out there.
Yeah, I'll do a furnace tune-up special. I'll do a furnace tune-up special. $39.
Okay.
Normally 79.
Yeah, it should be 39 because that's what a lot of them are doing. So I didn't want you. I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by DenverTrialLawyers.com. For major injuries, catastrophic injuries, call them, contact them, and you don't have to worry about categorizing it, okay? I say for catastrophic or major because they'll just refer you on to some really good people if it's not in their wheelhouse. But when they take it for the cases that they specialize in, which are gigantic, enormous, really good cases where they get justice. They've gotten $70 million for birth injuries and $22 million for malpractice and $5 million for sexual assault. And it's those really tough to prove, tough to take cases. DenverTrialLawyers.com. If you have any doubts, just call them. And it's a free consultation. And they only work on contingencies, so you never have to pay really out of your pocket. 303-571-5302, DenverTrialLawyers.com. I'm Tom Martino. This is a consumer show, so get used to hearing about good people, and you'll hear about bad people, and you'll hear about people in between. And we want to talk about problems and try to help. This one we don't really have a solution for. A guy calls and says he's pissed off at 15 to 20 trucks a day driving up and down his road in Weld County, speeding, unsafe, crazy. They even honk at the school bus because they don't want to wait when they put out their flashers. They do the air horn because they get frustrated, and they're very impolite and reckless drivers, according to this guy. It's a construction project, Bemis Construction, and the trucker is, what is it, guys? Marquez Trucking, and we're looking into it. Now, I don't want to isolate this one project. I've gotten these complaints all over rural Colorado about people driving like idiots in the country. And it's not just big rigs either. There are people who drive like idiots in the country. I don't know why. They speed down these dirt roads or regular roads. They're not all dirt. But it's amazing more people don't get killed. So welcome to the show. That's what we have on our plate right now. Did you call Marquez Trucking there, Deputy Slim?
Yes, sir. I actually talked to the safety manager at Bemis Trucking.
Good.
And he said he would be on the phone with Marquez within the hour and call back and report back to me.
We might get something done here. Taylor, your turn. What's going on with you, Taylor?
Hi. I was rear-ended about 2 months ago now by a USPS trucker. And so now...
Wait, so United States Postal Service?
Yes.
Okay, and it was rear-ended. What kind of truck? Was it a big one or a panel truck? What was it?
A panel truck, I think.
Okay, and what happened? Did you exchange information?
Yeah, we called. State Patrol actually came out, even though it wasn't on a highway. State Patrol came out.
Was the driver given a ticket?
I believe so. I didn't see, but reading the accident report, I believe she was.
Okay. So now what?
So I filed my claim. They've had my claim paperwork for about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, there's a special process you have to go through when it's a government agency, and you went through that process?
Yes.
How did you know about the process?
I had to actually call the manager of the driver that hit me, and he gave me the phone numbers, and I just kind of called and found out.
What kind of claim are you putting in?
I don't know. They sent me a claim paper.
How did you estimate it is what I'm asking.
I got some estimates. I got a couple estimates.
How much damage do you have?
To my car specifically, about $5,000.
What about to you?
About $6,500.
What have you had done so far?
Nothing. They're
wait a
telling
minute.
me that it's going to be a couple more months.
I meant, what did you have done for $6,500? You have $6,500 in doctor bills?
No, it's going to be to replace my 2 car seats that I had in the car, rental car, and then the damage to the car.
But what about you personally? Was anyone in the car?
Yeah, me, my husband, and my 2 kids were in the car.
Well, are you sure you don't have any damages whatsoever physically? I'm not trying to talk you into it. I'm asking. I mean, you sure everything's cool?
Yeah.
They're very lucky you're not trying to make this a big federal case, no pun intended. I mean, it's a federal government agency, and you're not making a big deal out of that. I hope they appreciate that.
I would hope so.
I mean, really, you know, a lot of people would automatically look for more damages. They would look for a personal injury of some kind. So you just want to be paid basically your hard expenses.
Yeah,
They're going to turn down your $6,500, you know.
that's what he told me. That he said that they would try to lowball me, and
Who's he?
the guy I've been talking to, the tort claims coordinator.
So
His
that
name
was
is
nice.
Steve.
He's honest with you. He said, we'll probably not pay this.
Yeah.
I need to talk to someone about how you go after the federal government. Hold on. There's got to be a process. I know one time we had to go after, what was it, the Air Force or something? John Fuller did that. See,
Don't they have governmental immunity or something, Tom? Or?
There's immunity for maintenance of infrastructure and repair of infrastructure. And there's a general overall government immunity for certain motor vehicles, but I'm not sure how it works when it comes to just a motor vehicle, because this was just a motor vehicle. You see, I don't know. So let's ask. Let's find out, because, you know, it gets complicated. 303-713-TALK. Mike says he's going to collections. Mike, hold on a sec. I just want to remind people, Plumline Services, Bob's going to have to leave in a little while, and he wants people to know that they'll come out and clean and tune the furnace for $39. Is that right? Clean and tune or what? What do you call it?
Yeah, it's basically a maintenance and safety check for $39. It's normally $79, so cut that in about half.
Okay.
And so it's a late season special for your listeners, or if you want to get a jump on the air conditioning season, I'll also do that one for $39. And,
okay.
That's a good idea.
303-586-1086. What if they need, let's just say somebody needed a furnace. Can you do for one person, I'm telling you, one replacement right now, an extraordinary discount? For one, I'm only asking you to do it for one, and they have to give the code word Martino, and they have to call this number, and it has to be called today. It doesn't have to be done today. Would you just off the cuff give me something crazy?
Well,
for one person.
So here's the thing. We are actually, this is the best. Really, this is the best.
Okay,
time
I
ever.
hear it. Wait, what do you hear coming on here?
This is the best time ever to buy a furnace and air conditioning system. This time of year.
Okay, hold on.
Between
okay.
now and March. So I'll tell you what I'll do. On top of that, all I can do, I'll give an additional $300 off to your listener.
Okay.
And that is.
Do you hear what that is?
I don't know what is.
Listen. There's a little tap dance. Okay, no. You're going to give, in addition to all your normal savings, an extra $300.
An extra $300.
I'm only talking, that's for everyone, though. I'm talking about one person. Or is that for everyone? I'm talking about one person who calls today and mentions Martino. Just one. The first person gets something extraordinary.
I will give them a whole home humidifier because I believe so much.
No, that's wonderful.
That's like a $900 value.
No, that's good. Free. Okay, that's with the installation of a system. You get a full whole house humidifier free in addition to all the other savings.
Oh, yeah.
You have to mention Martino to get the free humidifier. Now, that's a whole house humidifier, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, value around $900.
And you got to call today. It doesn't have to be done today, but you got to call 303-586-1086. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. And we're going to continue. We have another guest from the referral list in who does bonnet cleaning for carpets. And I call it bonnet. It's an ionic exchange. You may say, wait a minute, Tom, you rail against bonnets. Oh, I rail against agitation and certain things. We'll talk about it, though. Don't assume anything till you hear me. I love hot water extraction. I do. I love, our carpet doctor. I love our Zero Res with empowered water. This one is a bonnet. It is. I call it a bonnet. It's a round disc, but it's totally different than anything you've seen, okay? It's another form. And I love all of the ones we have on the referral list. I love this one, but we'll talk about it. John, talk about your summons. What's going on? Oh, wait, Mike. I disconnected Mike by mistake. Do you have his number? I'm so sorry, Suzanne. Mike, listen. If you call 303 Martino, you'll get right in. You were cut off by mistake. Mike, if you're listening, Denver Health was sending you to collection. Call 303 Martino, and you'll get right through right now. 303-627-8466 or call 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I hit it by mistake. John, you got a summons in New Mexico?
Well, it's my parents, but yeah, that's the gist of it. And it was just really strange to me because this is from the estate of my mom's brother, who's been deceased for at least 4 years.
Hold on.
And,
So the estate from who?
My mom's brother, who's deceased for 4 years now.
How did you, and what is it for? What are you getting notified of?
So for their, I guess it's unpaid mortgage.
But why are you being notified of it?
Well, that's my question. It's to the unknown heirs, devices, and legal teas of my mom's brother.
You can't be held. You cannot be held responsible for debts of an estate unless you were a personal representative and you did something illegal. For example, if you are the estate representative and there's money in the estate and you take the money for yourself and do not pay the bills, they can come after you only to the extent that you took that money. If you got no money, if there was nothing in the estate, no one can be held responsible unless they were a signer on the original paperwork. So I don't see how anyone is trying to get something. Is it for unpaid taxes, you said?
No, it is. They just are citing the deed of trust is what they have in here for.
Is that the mortgage? In other words, they're trying to collect the mortgage.
Yeah, I don't see anything about taxes in
here. I understand what that is now. Here's what's happening. The mortgage, if he had a mortgage and he died, the mortgage is still due. The reason they're letting you know is for a courtesy, because they want the estate to know that this mortgage has to be satisfied. So the estate has to sell it and satisfy the mortgage.
Right, that's what I thought. But
where is the house right now? Was the house sold?
It's been sold twice, according to, Realtor.com or whatever.
But hold on, when this guy died, who was in charge of the estate?
A lady named Barbie.
And who is Barbie?
She kind of took care of him before he passed. She was.
And how are you related? How are you related?
He's my uncle.
Okay.
Or was my uncle.
Okay. So Barbie took care of your uncle.
Right.
Now, uncle died, and the house was sold. Then the mortgage should have been paid.
That's what I'm just baffled why. We're being summoned. Well, it's actually my mom was served at her house. I think
was your mom on the will?
She did not receive anything from there. I do not think she was on the will. But
well, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Okay. They were summoned. They got to show up, or they have to enter an appearance. But this thing is all screwed up. They're just shooting a shotgun. Here's what probably happened. The house was probably sold. The deed of trust was not satisfied. And now they're going after whoever got the money. That's what they're doing. And the reason they're summoning everybody is to find out who has it. They're not assuming you have it, but they have to do that. They have to go after every single heir to figure out where the money went. Hold on.
It's Ross Kaminsky.
Mornings at 5.
Colorado's system for choosing political.
What do you mean?
That they will go after every heir to determine.
Of course they would, but that's only because they're suspecting. That doesn't mean they did it.
Yeah, they're going to track the money down.
Who am I doing? Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. I say that all the time because they are ideal. Ideal is a direct mortgage lender. So what you will find is cheaper rates. It just gets down to that. Okay, they have great service, and they have the interest rate guarantee, and they have credit optimization, which means that they will tweak your credit to get even better pricing. And they also have other things, like pick your own term. You get the low rate, but you don't have to go back to 30 years. But in addition to all of that, they are just cheaper because they're loaning their own money, and then they place the loan. You benefit. You can find out by simply shopping around. How about that? You shop for everything else. Why not a home loan? They will put their promise in writing. Get the other ones to do that and find out how much cheaper you're going to get. Sometimes it's an eighth and a point or more. From idealhomeloans.com. Simply cheaper, that's what it is. 303-867-7000.
Water bill
Okay, so here's what it says. It says the estate of James Lark, deceased, the unknown heirs, that's all.
Yeah.
They're just shooting a shotgun, and so-and-so and so-and-so. And it says, come now, through the unsigned pursuant to this, seeking relief.
Right.
And it seeks a judgment, more than $25,000. It's saying, here's what it says. A lawsuit has been filed against you. It says you must respond.
Yeah.
You must file a response. If you do not respond, a judgment against you.
He's home a little late, isn't he?
Yeah, they already lost. There probably is a judgment against them already.
Real quick, Tommy.
Yeah.
I've got John Fuller on standby. Do you want to take that call next, or you want to finish up with your New Mexico stuff?
Let's take him and go back to New Mexico, but you got to tell the New Mexico guy what we're doing.
Okay, and then I've got that Mike guy back.
Because this is who is John Fuller for?
The USPS driver that
Right.
hit
Okay.
Taylor
Let's
on
do that.
4.
Let's do that.
6 episodes, 6 timeless themes that separate a few winners from many losers.
Some days, I swear to God, the phones, you cannot breathe, and other days, you can't. It's like, I don't understand. Most of the time it's like this, but then, ever notice how it goes dead, right?
Yeah, it'll be dead, and then all of a sudden, all hell is broken loose.
Last time I was here, it was dead.
It was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
we didn't have a lot of phone calls. I mean, there were, but there weren't anybody waiting, and you didn't have a lot queued up for that.
Because that's very rare.
The last week has been like
I will
this.
say this. There was a time I never, ever had an empty line for 20 years. I swear to or longer, where it would start 10 minutes before the show, and they would keep calling. Then it got to be where they were full all the time during the show. Then it got to be where every now and then I had an open line. It only happened in the last 2 years.
Did you get 2 hours?
Hour and a half.
You should do 2.
In the last 2 years, what did you say, Mark?
Just in case.
I gotta have a second.
It was in the last 2 years when we would have periods of nothing. That is a brand new phenomenon. Brand new. And that's just because of old.
Oh, send me real quick the Panacea info. I need an email to email somebody there. I have no idea. All I got is their billing guy. All he does is pay bills.
Yeah, but you need to tell me who and why. Just quick.
KCOL.
Oh,
spots on KCOL.
To make decisions on that, Nick is his name. Okay,
Oh,
Nick.
wait a minute. Okay, I got Nathan. Yeah, I need Nick.
That's who you need. I'll get it for
So
you.
Bernie came out with how he's going to pay for his cutting or free college, housing for all.
Good. I want to know.
And college. Cutting military spending, creating new taxes,
and not only a big selection
and suing the
of
fossil fuel
models and
industry.
makes, but a big selection of prices.
God, he's so fucking stupid. Does he really believe? And then,
Yeah, so
and
those are the three
fossil
things.
fuels will just stick around and be slapped upside the head forever.
Well, here's the thing about it is, you wouldn't even have a quarter of the population this world wasn't for fossil fuels.
I don't even want to get into it because he doesn't listen. They don't listen to reason.
I know, he doesn't.
I've heard them say, "Oh, just tax these billionaires 90%; they'll still be rich." Yeah.
So you can pay for the new green
Take
deal,
every
free
fucking
college,
penny.
housing for all,
So you can see what you're in.
and
Give me that email.
Medicare
I will.
for all.
Speaking to about it.
I know.
So
I
every
just don't
homeless person's going to have a house.
Yep. You know what? It will be the biggest mistake in experimentation we ever had. We'll be eating zoo animals.
We'll be eating zoo animals. I like a good tiger.
We'll have snow showers this afternoon. No accumulation. I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
I'm so distressed over it. I really am. I'm distressed at the stupidity of our youth.
You could win $5,000 a week for your life. Plus, after that, $5,000
By the way,
for
I
life
love
you choose.
his ultimate goals. I mean, I wish we could have health care. I know. I wish we could have health care.
We tried that in the 30s or 40s in a socialism experiment.
I don't
in the
like
United States.
socialism, but I wish we could have.
30s and 40s.
I'm Tom
Maybe it
Martino,
was
your
in the
troubleshooter.
10s, 1910.
We had a question because this was a weird
one, and I'm going to go back to that question. We will put this one on hold. I'll get right back to you, too. Mike had a question about a problem we're working on about collections, and then John got a summons from New Mexico, and that one we're working on. because that's about an estate debt. Hold on, John, please. And now we go back to Taylor, who I wanted to get John Fuller on, our personal injury expert, John Fuller. And Taylor, hold on, here's Taylor right there. Okay, so Taylor, bottom line, you were rear-ended by a United States Postal Service panel van, and they got a ticket, and basically you put in a claim, you're hearing nothing. And I wanted to know in general how you go after a government agency. So, John, you have helped us in the past with cases similar. I remember one with the U.S. Air Force. I need to ask you, what is the very first thing you do if the federal government is involved? I mean, are they even collectible?
Well, I'm looking up the Postal Service as we speak because that is a quasi-governmental agency. It's not technically the government. The Post Office is a private company that is funded by the federal government, but it's not a government agency, so to speak. But in a more general sense, anytime that we have a state or federal actor, we have to be concerned about whether or not there is governmental immunity. On the state level, we have a list of things that are excluded from immunity, but the basic concept is governments make themselves statutorily immune from lawsuits for certain types of claims. However, in Colorado, as an example, they have certain waivers or certain exceptions to the rule, and one of the exceptions is for car accidents. So if a state employee is driving a state car and gets in an accident, there is no governmental immunity that would prohibit you from bringing a claim. On the federal side, there's also no immunity for accidents involving motor vehicles, but it's dictated and governed by something called the Federal Tort Claims Act. So that's not a state-type claim that you'd be able to bring in a traditional state court. You have to go through all the federal agencies that oversee those, and then basically if they refuse to settle with you, then they give you essentially permission to go ahead and sue them, and then you would have to sue them in federal court. So it's very complicated. You have to know exactly who ran into you in order to do that. For the Postal Service, I'm not exactly 100% sure. I've not run into that circumstance before, and I'd hate to misrepresent that, but it is not a government entity, to my knowledge, that would be subject to the Federal Tort Claims Act.
But in essence, though, most of them, government agencies, most of them are the immunity does not extend to normal automobile accidents, right?
Generally, it doesn't. No.
So it might be safe to assume that the post office is not excluded from automobile accidents. Who knows? I mean, you know,
I would be shocked if they were.
Okay, so basically, though, she put in a claim, and the person she put in a claim with, Taylor, was who?
So I just looked this up, and it does
coordinator.
It does fall under the Federal Tort Claims Act.
Which means?
That means that you've got to go through a very complicated process that requires a ton of documentation, specialized notes from your medical providers, the whole 9 yards, and then you submit it to the federal government that's overseeing that. So apparently they are federal enough to at least be covered by the the U.S.
Okay,
Treasury.
so what about, that is for pain and suffering or for medical. What about for property damage? Would it be the same?
Yes and no. It's the same basic concept, but what's going to happen if you have full coverage on your car, generally speaking, you're going to get that property damage done under your policy, and then they will in turn go and subrogate against the federal agency.
That's the way to. Now, do you, Taylor, have insurance?
I do.
For your property damage?
Yes.
Okay, so you have collision coverage then, Taylor, right?
Yes.
That he is saying usually that's the best way to go, where your collision coverage will cover the vehicle. They will go after whatever, that they know how to do this more than you do. It'll take you weeks and months to do this. But then she has additional claims, which they told her on the phone, we're probably not going to cover it anyway. But I want to know, does that mean she can't try to get it? What are your additional claims in addition to the actual car?
It's the car seats and the rental car. They just said that they'd probably lowball me.
car seats, and what else?
For a rental car.
Now, John, how do you think they would handle that if it's not she doesn't have her own insurance to go after for this. She has to go after them. They're going to just turn it down, aren't they?
Well, I would include car seats and the rental car as part of the property claim. So I would just run those right through. If you have, rental car coverage on your full coverage, then you're fine. If not, I would just add that to the collection of damages when I was pursuing the other.
But wait a minute. Can she, on her insurance, her collision coverage wouldn't cover the car seats, would they?
Probably would. It's considered property damage, so it probably would be considered. We get car seats replaced all the time.
You pretty much have to replace.
Taylor, did you hear that? You may be better off going. Here's the message I continue to hear from John. John, thank you very much. 303-597-4500 is John Fuller. Taylor, he's basically saying it's almost impossible without some help to go after the federal government or any government agency, and it's best to go after yours. Let your insurance replace it. Now, have you put in a claim with your insurance company?
No, I have not yet.
You have to do that. In fact, I would get that started immediately, and I would include your car seats, and rental cars going to be covered too if you have that coverage.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW.
I sent on text Nick.
I got it. I had it in my email already. That's all I need. I just spilled it all.
Highway driving Mile High City remains in really good shape. No major delay stalls or accidents on the freeway system. Off highway, got a crash.
We need to buy some more tissues for in here. So when Dan starts crying like a bitch.
For what reason?
Just when Dan's whining like a bitch.
Well,
that could be about anything.
And Idaho Springs till 3 this afternoon.
Yeah.
You be whining around.
He better.
How much time?
I want to see it. I bet he's in bad shape, boy. It's been what? 2 months?
What's that? I'll be right back, guys.
You're still a bitch, but you could prove it.
Troubleshooter's Clearinghouse will award $5,000 a week forever. You could win $5,000 a week for your life. Plus, after that, $5,000 a week for life for someone you choose. Enter at PCH.com now. Entries due 2/25. No purchase necessary.
What do I want for dinner tonight?
How's the carpet cleaning business, Richard?
Well,
is this a slow season?
It is. Mostly.
Zero Red says this is the slowest fucking season.
Right up from the beginning of Christmas till...
Well, I wonder why. You know why? Because they're waiting for the snow to go.
Yeah, it's the weather, too.
You don't want people tracking.
Yeah, the phone stops ringing much when the weather's doing this.
Come up with a screaming-ass deal, man. You want the phone to ring, and we'll give it out.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I mean, there's one thing I want to tell people.
Yours dries quicker, right?
About 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah, that's cool. That's this time of year. That's fucking awesome.
Yep.
You know, my new steam humidifier. Every morning when we wake up, all of our windows are steamed over. It's fucking crazy, man. It feels so good in there. It's 50% humidity. Oh, I love it. Our cats will sit up on the window like this. Licking the fucking... every morning, baby sits up there licking the condensation off. Fucking crazy cat.
Don't you water it?
Is
this only water?
That's it, man. We cut back. The dog gets the toilet water, cats get the condensation on the windows.
It's time to stop pretending your EV isn't a problem. It's time to make the appointment that's changed thousands of men's lives right here in the Front Range. It's time for you to call.
I can't imagine he's going to sue the...
Listen, you want the best EV solution for your individual
So this is 12:59. This is 12:35.
This is all funky, man.
Okay.
You know, if they just... it has never happened. But the whole industry, the oil industry, just say, okay, boom, no more natural gas or oil for 6 months.
Well, the price would go up.
The price would go up, but the homes wouldn't be heated.
No.
I don't think Bernie would be
electric furnaces will go crazy.
You know how much your bill would be to heat on
Well, it would be till the coal-burning plants run out of coal and the natural gas plants shut down, and then
you wouldn't even have light bulbs.
Yeah.
You would have no
We'd
electricity.
have light bulbs.
Do you
It just wouldn't be powered.
Do you know what socialists used to use?
Light bulb prices would go down.
Do you know what socialists used to use for lighting before candles? Electricity.
Good one. Good one. I'm waiting until we get a lawyer back in here. I got some good lawyer jokes. You ever watch the show? What is that? Gotta call Sal. Saul. That series. It's a little older and stuff. But what do you call it when a lawyer's buried up to his neck in cement?
What?
Not enough cement. Okay, I gotta find this thing called.
Find what?
You gotta watch this documentary. It's great.
I watched the.
I was at my daughter's college orientation when you were here last year.
Okay.
I knew we hadn't met.
Oh man.
I'd have a PC for you, but they lost power in part of the building today, and it's affecting you and Mark.
Grant came in here looking at the clock. He just wanted to see if it was bad or.
It's bad. It's 12:37.
Right.
Not anymore. New.
I don't know what the heck is going on down there.
I think it was in Utah.
What?
That socialism thing I was listening to. God, it sounded so good. I gotta find it.
Just for you. And the app is super easy to use.
Yeah, it was a socialism experiment.
Stay on track to reach your goals. Visit Noom.com.
I wouldn't mind him cutting some off the
start a
military spend.
14-day trial today. Change your habits, change your mind, and change
Well, it wouldn't be
your
enough. Non-discretionary spending is over 60% of the budget.
Well, here's what they actually found out in this experiment. I gotta watch it, though. It's a 3-part series. Yeah, if everybody in the group, meaning the society, okay, if they're all eager to work, but not very smart, it can actually, well, they haven't proved it, but it could sustain. The problem is when you throw thinkers in with people that are different. When you throw in everything that's a little different, it simply doesn't work. All right, 303-713-8255. That is the only phone number you need to know. Anytime you've been ripped off, taken advantage of. What else, Tom?
And listen, man, and just want to get something off your chest. Like, for example, Mike, he is being sent to collection. I disconnected him by mistake, so I'll get him back here. So, Mike, what is happening?
Yes, Tom, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine,
yes,
sir.
I'll get to my main question first, and then I've got an important follow-up question, which pertains to the first question. I was sent to Oregon Collection Agency by Denver Health. Can I refuse to make payment to them until I can get somebody to agree to make the check out to Denver Health?
Okay, let's take it one step at a time first. Why were you and there's a reason I'm asking every question, so don't get frustrated now. Why were you sent to collection, Mike?
Okay, I paid a total of I've got it right in front of me here.
Yeah, you don't have to be to the penny. Just tell me generally, why were you sent to collections?
Okay, I paid a total of $5,651.05 toward a balance of $14,974.84.
Okay.
Between October and February. The last payment cleared on February the 2nd.
All right, so have you been making payments to your ability?
Yes, I have.
So your intent was to pay the whole $14,900.
Yes.
But you they apparently they want it faster.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. Now, what was the original $14,900 for?
It was for emergency surgery to repair a hernia.
Okay. Were you covered at the time by anything?
I only have a Medicare card from August 07, but it did not apply to any of it.
Okay, hold on. So you are on Medicare?
I have a Medicare card only. I do not pay any monthly payment to any insurance company.
How old are you?
73.
Why didn't you take Medicare?
Okay, I was scammed out of nearly $750 by Anthem Blue Shield and Delta Dental.
Yeah, but here's what I'm asking.
I'm done with all of them.
First of all, it's not okay. Mike, listen. this is not going to help you in the for this claim, but in the future, you can't go the rest of your life without Medicare. If it's the best insurance you can get for the money. I'm talking about Part A and Part B.
Yes.
So I'm just talking to you as a friend now. It has nothing to do with this case. You truly need to look into Medicare. It's not a lying, cheating thing. It isn't. I'm serious. It's a good coverage for the money. They take it out of your benefit. Because if you don't, you're going to end up in trouble if you have another medical problem unless you have – do you have a lot of money saved up?
No, I don't.
Okay. My sincere recommendation is that you look into getting back on Part A and Part B at least of Medicare, or a Medicare Advantage where you don't pay anything and it covers, and you don't need a supplement. I would like you, this is apart from this problem, I would like you to talk to people at Integra Insurance that I know these people. They're very honest and forthright to find something going forward. At your age, you are truly going to need coverage.
I wouldn't be able to get any affordable coverage. I only get $1,156 a month Social Security, and maybe John Fuller can answer this question. Since it is a Social Security account, can I refuse to pay the collection agency until somebody agrees to I can make the check out to Denver Health, since I suspect that not every penny of it is going to make its way back to Denver Health if I make the check.
You don't get to dictate your terms. That's the bottom line. You want to know a short answer. If you're in collections right now, you do not get to dictate the terms. But there are other ways around it, okay? When was this injury or this medical procedure incurred? What date?
It was September 10th and September 11th.
Of 19?
Yes.
What assets do you have? Do you have a house they can go after equity or what?
No, the house has been quit claimed in lieu of foreclosure, and I'll have to make mortgage payments.
This is a BK all day,
well,
man.
Hold on a second. What do you mean the house was quit claimed and you gave it back?
No, it's still quit claimed.
No, I don't understand what you're talking, Mike. I'm just asking a simple question. What do you mean you quit claimed your house? From where? From who to who?
It was a predatory lender.
From who to who, Mike? Mike, I don't need reasons. When you said you quit claim, sir, what do you mean by that? You owned it and you quit claimed it to someone else?
Yes, there's a quit claim deed on file at the courthouse.
Mike, I don't doubt that. Who did you quit claim it to?
You want his name?
No. Was it a friend, a brother, a sister? Like, what did you do?
No, it was a CEO of a finance company.
Is it someone you know?
No, I didn't know him, but my neighbor referred me to him.
Why did you quit claim your home? Did he say you could live in it?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get this straight. You quit claimed your home so you could live in it the rest of your life?
Yes.
Okay. And people do that sometimes. Did you owe money on the house?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and this guy agreed to make all those payments for you.
Right, yes.
I get it. And the agreement was he'll take over your house and allow you to live there.
That's right.
Does he charge you rent?
No, he doesn't. He died on August 1st, 2007.
And who owns the house now?
It's still in his name in the quit claim deed.
But who is his family? Someone is letting you live there. Who's letting you live there?
The finance company. Since the quit claim deed is still on file at the courthouse.
That is amazing to me. So they're just simply not collecting a dime from you and letting you live there.
That's right. I have to make mortgage payments. He refinanced.
Oh, well, hold on. See, that's what I asked. You said they weren't charging you. How much a month are you paying?
$390.
Okay, so somebody took a loan out, but it wasn't in your name.
That's right.
How much is owed on that house?
Around a little over $37,000
is owed.
Yes.
What is the house worth?
Well, the tax assessor now has it at about around $209,000.
Okay, but it's not yours. You couldn't sell it if you wanted to.
No, because it's quit claimed.
I get it. Well, when you say it's quit claimed, you basically your house is gone, right? Your house, yes. It's not your home.
Right.
And you quit claimed it how long ago?
August. It was March of 2004.
Okay, that's good, because if it happened recently, all of that would have been, they would have clawed it back, it's called. It wouldn't have counted. What Mark is saying is you are a candidate and have nothing to lose from a bankruptcy. Just doing a bankruptcy and telling them to stick it, and you don't have to pay them a dime. You can get out of the entire bill. And in your situation, it might be worth doing that because you don't have 11 or 10 grand. You don't have it. But here's the other thing, Mike. What I would suggest is that you get on Medicare, but wait, you said something. You can't afford it. We'll talk about that. But no matter what, would you consider, not Mike, I'm sorry, this is this Mike? Okay, Mike, I'm sorry. Mike, would you consider, Mike, ever doing a bankruptcy for this, to get out of this?
No.
Why?
Because I wouldn't be able to afford it anyway.
Okay, you're telling me you can afford to pay $10,000, but you can't afford a bankruptcy.
Right, and that leads to another
Does that
question.
make sense? Does that make sense to you, Mike? We're saying you're 73 years old, you do not own a home, you don't have a pot to piss in, and we're saying you can get out of this bill completely, and you're saying you can't afford it. Does that make sense to you?
No, and then that leads another.
You're not even listening, Mike. You're not even listening. You're just going on to the next question. I want to help you, but you're just a stubborn person not listening. Do you want to get out of this bill completely?
Well, I can get out of it myself. I can refuse to send payment to the collection
No, you
agency.
can't. No, you can't, Mike. Okay, actually you can. Actually you can. You can refuse to send payment. You're absolutely right because they can't do anything to you. You have nothing they can take. In this rare case, you're actually right. You don't have anything they can take. You don't have money in the bank, do you?
No.
So they can't take anything from you. You're right. You can refuse to pay.
Can they?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can they garnish his Social Security check?
No, they can't garnish his Social Security. So, Mike, really, technically, you don't have anything they can do to you.
Yes.
But you keep saying you can refuse to pay unless the money goes to Denver Health.
Right.
You can't.
Okay.
You can't dictate where it goes. You can refuse to pay, though. That part's right. And you know what's weird about this, Mike? We were talking about bankruptcy. You don't even have to do a bankruptcy, really, because in your case, and this is a very rare case, there's nothing they can do to you. Nothing. They can't take your home.
You shouldn't even pay them monthly.
Yeah, you shouldn't pay them a dime. You should stop paying altogether right now and tell them to get a judgment. It wouldn't matter. You do understand that part, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Now, as far as Social Security, I got to figure out what do people do when they can't afford even the premiums for Social Security, and we'll do that right after this.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, it's really cheap. Mine's $82 a month.
I know this is Medicare.
Wait, I'm sorry. Everyone was talking. Go ahead.
He only gets $1,100. $390 goes for his rent.
What's that, sir?
He only makes $1,100 for Social Security. $390 goes to rent, so he only has $800 to live on.
Oh, wow.
He has nothing to live on. You're right.
Yeah, wow. God damn.
But man, this
He
guy.
must not have a car all day.
You can tell this guy is totally stubborn. He's like.
Oh, he's anti.
I don't need anything. I don't need this. I don't need that.
How was he? So he was just making some little payments and stuff off of his Social Security for this.
Poor guy.
Yeah, really is. You're right. So but he did this back in '04. That's 16 years ago. He's 73 now. He was 63. He did that when he was 57 years old. He quit cleaning.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's the website to go to make your own appointment for your floors, for your carpets, for your luxury vinyl tile, whatever you want. Buddy and Karen Mitchell have dedicated themselves to getting you the best product at the lowest prices. That means 20 or 30% cheaper than even the big box stores, sometimes 40 and 50% cheaper depending on the product, and the better installers, better service, better experience. 52nd and Ward, southwest corner. Or make your own appointment at SimplyFloorsInc.com. That man did not want to hear shit, though. He just wanted to keep talking.
So he quit claiming this back when he was 57 years old.
Wow, he must have had a downturn or something.
I know, something.
What he did was dangerous.
Yeah.
They can ask him to move at any time.
Well, not that, he better have a contract in there that's really, you know, it's kind of almost like a reverse mortgage. He must be paying taxes too, or I wonder who's paying taxes.
I imagine the finance company.
I wonder. Oh no, he was only 57.
57.
It was kind of reverse mortgage, well, how he did it.
Sort of.
You know, that they paid it off.
Yeah, you can live there until you
got
die.
He's been paying the mortgage kind of like rent, so he has no.
I know people who do this and have done it where a younger person will come in and say you can live there the rest of your life. But that's not this case. This is a finance. I don't even understand this. This is his house was being foreclosed. If we look into it, there's a big mess there.
Right. I'll bet you're right.
I don't even want to because it's.
Yes, you're right.
He does need Medicare though.
You saying he's grumpy? You don't need to know. You don't need to know.
I got scammed.
Yeah. He was scammed. That's why he stopped his Social Security, but he really doesn't have money for Social Security. How much are Social Security payments? I'm sorry.
It depends. It all depends on your income. What your
yeah,
income
it's a sliding. Like I say, mine's $80 a month.
Mine, I think, is 600, maybe less.
A year.
No, a month.
Oh, yeah. How many? Just for you?
Yeah.
And 2 kids.
My kids aren't on Medicare.
No.
Oh, I thought they were.
Kids are never covered by Medicare. No. You're not allowed to carry your kids under Medicare. Okay. Your kids get your Social Security benefit if you're eligible and they're minors.
Yeah.
But they never get Social Security. Now, they get survivor benefits, Mark. They would get survivor benefits, but not Medicare.
My firm accepts righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If I can be of service to you, please feel free to call me at 303-770-5559.
What do they look at your income? They look at your Social Security?
For him, yeah, $1,100 a month.
So I mean, there would be nothing. His Social Security or his Medicare payments would be hardly anything.
Yeah.
That's what I got to ask. I don't know.
Otherwise, he's just going to keep on going.
I didn't know I had to pay. I didn't know anything about Medicare or Medicaid or Social Security. I mean, I knew nothing. I just let John Jones. But he said, you don't get to determine what you pay for Medicare, Part A, Part B. That's it. Now, if I wanted to pay nothing, well, I would pay. My Part A, Part B could go to Advantage, but for me, it wasn't good.
Is Advantage not good? It's not good insurance? Why?
No, it is good for some people. For me, it wasn't because of doctors and certain things. There's also some other reasons he said not to get it. I don't know why. He went over all the reasons. Medicare Advantage, there's no co-pays.
Right.
You don't pay anything except the premium. But there are some limitations that he said would not work for me. Whereas I have Part A, Part B with a supplement.
Right, that's what most people do.
And my supplement pays for, I don't pay anything. I have not paid a thing since I started.
Does your supplement come out of your Social Security?
No, well, yeah, I guess, I mean, it comes out of my bank account. I mean, they don't go direct. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but your Medicare does.
Part A and Part B, you don't have a choice. No one has a choice. You can't make, the only time you make the premiums is if you don't get a benefit.
Yeah. Right.
Otherwise, they won't accept, I could not do it any other way. They won't allow you to.
And I can see why they do it. It's one less hassle.
They want to be paid.
Right, it's one less hassle. We got to go for another payment. Yeah, this guy is grumpy old man. Ask him if he wants to get on that show, Grumpy Old Man.
As we get closer to the election, though, Bernie is going to look more and more insane because he's going to have to, even the liberal press is going to push him on details, and he can't give them because nothing he says makes sense.
You know, Tom, maybe, but they hate Trump so much they might treat him with kid gloves.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. I saw it the first. 303-713-8255. John Jones with Integra Insurance Group. I wanted to ask a question, John. You help a lot of people
on Social Security with supplements. You help them with Medicare Advantage. You help them with a lot of things. I want to ask something. If someone does not want Medicare, like Mike, because Mike's an old guy, and he can't afford it, what do you do? A guy like Mike, he only gets $1,100 a month, I think he said. Mike, how much do you get a month in Social Security?
$1,150.
And then you take your $400 out of there for rent, basically, right?
Mortgage payment.
Yeah,
which
whatever.
I'll have to make as long as I have a pulse.
Right. That's right. So now that leaves you $800 to live on?
Yes.
So you can't afford anything more than that, for goodness sakes. So what do people like that do, John? Is Social Security on a sliding scale? Do you know what it would be for someone who only gets $1,100 a month?
Yeah, what he's going to need to do, Tom, technically he could make up to $1,269. He's making less than that. Since he's making less than that, he would be eligible to go down to the Medicaid office and receive help in paying his Medicare Part B.
Oh, I didn't know that. So if you are poor enough, then your Medicaid would help pay for your Medicare.
Correct. So in his case, because apparently he should be signed up for Medicare Part A.
But he's not.
Because he did say he had a Medicare card. He's just never enrolled into Medicare Part B.
But hold on, John, before you say that, are you telling me everyone is automatically on Part A?
He should be signed up for Medicare.
I'm not talking about, John, I'm not talking about should be.
Okay, it's not automatic.
Okay.
If he came off, let's say he was taking Social Security benefits before age 65. Then he should have been signed up for a Medicare Part A. He could have opted out of his Medicare Part B.
Mike, when did you start getting your benefit? At what age?
Okay, I received my first Medicare card in August of '07, and I presented it to the hospital, and it did not cover anything.
Our show is over. Okay, listen, we have to, Integra Insurance, hold on. We have to help him off the air and get him back on again. We have to help Mike. He's a good old guy. He needs help. John, I'm going to talk to you off the air. You hang on. The one who got the summons in New Mexico, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm Tom Martino. Save all your problems for me. I'm sorry. Worrisome. What time is it?
1 o'clock.
Thank God. I thought the show was over. Yeah. Thank God. I am so fucked up with this clock. It's just fucking me up.
Yes, it's terrible.
Keep them on. Keep them all on. Keep John on. Tell him I'm all fucked up. Because I was looking at you thinking, I'm so sorry I didn't get to you. Look at the clock. We've been off all afternoon. I don't know what to do. They said it was... so I thought it was the end of the show because it says 1:20.
Mark, do you want to do your live now?
I don't care. That's fine.
You don't care? It's in this next headline. Yeah?
I'm so happy I have more time.
Yeah. Hey, Marco.
Hey, trouble tickets in.
Marco.
Will be fixed in 3 days.
I know.
3 days.
Hey, Marco.
Polo.
He must have fucking...
Oh, I thought you were playing that Marco Polo game.
What is up with that clock, man? I don't get it. Why can't they just change it?
It's off.
And it's varying different. It was off by 12 minutes a while ago. Now it's off by 23 minutes.
So Part A does not cost anything. It's Part B that costs something.
I think Mike is confused. If he said he went to the hospital...
Who would you send to Ross? I want to do Genesis, Total Exteriors. Mark.
What?
I want to Genesis, Total Exteriors, AAA, Toby. He's a great guy. Who else should we send him? 3 people for home improvements.
Where?
Ross's new house. I don't know where it is.
Oh, Ross. No, that's what I meant. Sit down, buddy.
What's you want to do?
A whole bunch of shit, just basically. But all these guys do a whole bunch of shit. It's on their listing, a whole bunch of shit. I just want to hook them up. I think
it must be
AAA. They're wonderful people. If that's Toby, yes, yeah, he's a wonderful guy.
So I'm going to take him.
Jesus. 21-year-old Ariel Starcher was found along the side of a road in Buchanan County by a Missouri Department of Transportation worker 3 weeks after she went missing. She was left in a ditch. And no one deserves that. No one at all.
Sounds horrible.
What's that?
That news story.
Is Christie's pretty good, Mark? Christie's is pretty damn good, isn't he?
That's major construction, though.
Christie's is? Oh. Is it? Is it?
Well, I mean, they don't. It sounds like he does. He wants major construction, so.
I hope you're not upset with me.
Hell no.
Okay.
No, I was joking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I was.
Chris and I were
You
like,
know
oh,
what?
no.
Really, with my track record, you better fucking do that because I'm like spacey. And then I turn around and say, "Who's on line 6?" Why am I not seeing
No,
Genesis?
I'm just making sure my bag is
I was thinking about having you call that Bemis guy.
I've already done it.
Oh, you did? What did he say?
Yeah, I talked to the safety manager over
Genesis
there.
is not showing
And
up.
he told Marquez Trucking he'll cancel their damn contract if they don't slow
Well,
down.
man, I would.
We need to talk about this then.
Oh,
I didn't know you
no,
talked
no,
to
I
him.
No, we did it.
So Mark, Genesis
I
is totally
missed it.
serious
Yeah.
did not show up under
I
home
got
improvement.
Larry Ames' cell
When
phone
I search
number.
home
Yeah, I do
improvements,
too, but Larry
Genesis
wasn't the
does
guy
not
to
show
talk
up.
to. Jake Brooks.
Home
Thank you.
improvements?
Yep.
I don't know. That's
Well, of
probably
course
not a
they
keyword.
do kitchens,
Did he
man.
ever text you back?
Well, all the other ones show up.
No, he
Oh, they do?
got back from
Yeah.
lunch at 1, so he's gonna be calling.
I guarantee you they, yeah.
He
I
said he
just
would
think
jump
they
their
should be
ass.
on there.
No, that's one thing, boys. Subs. Yeah, because he lost that contract.
Yeah, you can lose your contract so fast.
I'm surprised they didn't go to Bemis. Somebody
Home
Bemis must have been
improvements.
not the right guy that they went to Bemis.
Yeah,
before.
didn't the guy say he Googled the owner of Bemis Trucking? I mean, he's not the guy you talk to. That's why I went directly to the safety manager. They're the
Well,
ones.
I
that
get them
control
right up, so
all
I don't
that
know,
shit.
Tom.
I agree.
Did you put home improvements in the search field?
Uh-huh.
Okay, here's what I did. Home improvements, and then I'm going to see what comes up. Okay. They came right up now. You son of a gun. That's because you're watching.
Hey, I'm Chan Baker.
Hey, Mark, how is
Richard
Davis
Gidemicha. I work with
Construction?
Tom and
I don't know
work
them. I
for
know
Tom. Work
Christie's.
with Dan.
I sent him Genesis and AAA because I love
When I first
AAA.
came in
Who else
July,
would you
everybody
send?
just kind of filed in here. This is my first time, and there's
Moses?
no introduction.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
Christie's would be good. They do.
Harder Remodeling.
Hey, why are you here? No one knows what the hell we're doing here.
Whoa, I had a
We got
question.
some good
You know,
people.
who's mudjacking and who's belongs
Hey,
to it?
Yeah,
AAA
exactly.
Taurus, are they different? Yes, they are. They're good too. Wait a minute. Is which one is Toby?
Renew homes.
Wait. Which one is Toby?
I don't know. I don't
The
know.
little sign up here isn't here.
Do you know which one Toby
one?
is?
One
Is
of,
Toby the owner of
referencing the
AAA
betas,
Home
Robert.
Improvements
Oh,
or AAA
yeah,
Taurus? What's
Ooh.
the difference?
Harder remodeling's really good too.
I don't know. I like beta better.
Yeah, I do too. Beta. All right, here we go.
Who is? Is he a good guy? Is it? Right, but he's good for home improvements. He's good. Yeah. She likes AAA Taurus. Mark, you said someone else. Who did you say?
Harder
And how is Harder? What do they do?
remodeling.
You like them?
Okay. Never a complaint.
Yeah.
5-star.
Hold on, guys.
Oh, you got some?
All right, Master Rooter Plumbing. These are the guys that do 24/7 emergency service. They have wonderful prices. They give discounts to senior citizens, military, even discounts for single-income families. They're great plumbers with a great reputation. They'll help you out just installing a toilet, maybe a faucet, all the way to a full-blown sewer line replacement. And by the way, they can save you up to 50% compared to the competition. Write them down. You're going to need a plumber at some point. 720-434-3406. Master Rooter Plumbing, 720-434-3406.
The one guy yesterday was complaining about Master Rooter.
What's that?
He says, well, they charge $900 for a water heater. I says, that's cheap.
900?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's good.
God, I says, he says, is it? I says, yeah, what kind of water heater was it? Gas? I says,
Yeah.
I says, that's real cheap. I says, I couldn't believe you'd get under $1,200, $1,500
What's that?
for a water heater. Gas water heater. They charged him $900.
Who was bitching?
This guy who's bitching about everything is.
Oh, he thought that was high?
Yeah.
900?
I know. That's what I told him. He had a hose break in his bathroom, and it flooded his house.
Who charged him $900 though?
Master Roof.
That's cheap as
I know it. That's what I told him. He thought it was high. I said,
He's
nuts. I know. I said, holy cow. I said,
go.
Get under 1,500.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. If you heard me the end of last hour, I said it was the end of the show. I'm just all screwed up here. The clocks here are literally off and wrong, so please bear with me, okay? This hour brought to you by SaferNet. I love talking about SaferNet. And I don't know what people are finding hard to believe. They say it's too good to be true. It's not. Basically, here's what it is. SaferNet is an app you put on your phone and your computer or whatever, every device, and you turn on protection. That's all you have to do. You say, it says, do you want to protect this device? And you hit yes. Then you can, if you want, you can disable protection or pause it if you want. But when you hit yes, all of your traffic, whether it's going to another phone, whether it's going to the internet, whether it's going to the world, is encrypted. You will never be intercepted. Here's the other thing. No one will ever download a virus to you that will hurt you ever, nor malware, nor ransomware. You are immune. Now, people say that's impossible. It is not. Okay? It's not impossible. It's done. I'm not going to go through the intricacies, but I will say this. You have your network protected at home or at work, 100%. If something gets into your system, even if it did, it will never go out of your system. It will not communicate with its host, so it can do no harm. Do you understand that? So you are, in essence, immune. It's a filter for all. The most you will pay is $3.99 per device. That's the most you'll pay. It goes down the more you have. I have SaferNet. You should have SaferNet. If you own a business, if you have a computer or 2 or 3 and you don't have this, you have to ask yourself why. It's cheaper than Norton, and you don't need Norton now. It's cheaper than any of that stuff. Yeah, for each device, and that's $3.99 per month per device is the most you will pay. So I got a guess here. I want Richard. What do you do to protect yourself online? What do you do? What do you do?
Online?
You should have been writing that down. SaferNet.com.
Yep.
SaferNet. No, seriously, what do you do to protect yourself? You have a business, DenverCleanPro.com. Yes. And how many computers do you run or devices? And one cell phone?
And one cell phone.
So you're talking about $8 a month? $8 a month to protect yourself. Have you ever had malware or viruses?
No.
Have you ever heard of these people being charged $50,000 to unencrypt their folders?
Actually, I've heard that they're asking for less money now because it's easier to collect. Because at $50,000, I'm thinking, screw it.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
People are now bargaining. They even negotiate. The crooks negotiate with you. So we're gonna talk to Richard as we go on, because I mentioned that Richard does we believe in good carpet cleaners. I love hot water extraction. That's the carpet doctor we have. He's a great guy. I love the empowered water cleaning system, which is an extraction, but it's with their special or not ionized, whatever it does. They do something with their water. They empower it as zero res. I love those guys. And I love this bonnet cleaner. I do. And the bonnet cleaner, you may say, wait, Tom, I thought you didn't like shampooing. But you don't shampoo. What does the bonnet do? You actually, can you explain that process? Because it leaves no residual. It's not soap. You're not shampooing. What are you doing? You have a round, is it cotton?
No, it's a different material.
Like a polyester of some kind?
It's some sort of synthetic.
Yeah.
What it is if somebody wants to sit there and risk dying of boredom, because this is carpet cleaning.
Yeah, I know.
An exciting a clean
But explain how it works, because it really does work.
Yes. What it does is we spray a citrus-based organic cleaning solution on the carpet, enough to get the carpet damp, not wet.
Right.
Because too much water,
just
too much
very lightly damp, and it's a citrus-based. Then what?
Correct. And then I'll work over the carpet once or twice or a little bit more depending on how dirty it is and the stains.
Right.
But when it comes time to removing the dirt, instead of using a suction hose running out to my van, I use a cleaning pad that has a different solution on it. It's an activation solution.
And it activates the citrus, and it acts it's almost magnetic.
It's an ion exchange.
Almost like a static electricity, I call it, but it's not.
No, but it works.
That's what it looks like if you looked under a microscope. It's literally attracting the dirt.
Yeah,
yes,
it's not
I know
wiping. It's not wiping the dirt.
I know.
Off
No,
the
it's
carpet.
not. It's not wiping. It's attracting.
Correct.
That's why I say like a magnet.
Yes.
And it's pulling it out onto the bonnet.
Onto the cleaning pad.
Yeah, it's the pad.
And then when I'm done, I leave your house or your your office with your dirt, and the carpet dries in about 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's cool. Anyway, you be thinking of a special you do for my listeners today because you dropped by to say hi. John, I'm so sorry. I panicked. I thought I ran out of time. I was going to talk to you off the air. Let's get right to your problem.
Okay.
Oh, man. So I read over this thing. I'm not going to give you legal advice. I'm going to talk to you as if it happened to me and my friends, okay? And
sounds good.
However, I did have an attorney look at it. So I will tell you this. This is a lawsuit. Make no mistake, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your mom has to answer this. But this is what you call a shotgun approach. They don't know who to sue, so they're suing everybody and anybody that could have had something to do with your uncle, okay? Here was the situation for those tuning in. The uncle owned a home. Money was owed on the home. The home was apparently sold without satisfying a loan. I don't know. It doesn't say here if it was a first deed of trust, a second deed of trust, a third deed of trust. But we do know there was a recorded interest on the home. The home changed hands, but the interest was not paid. So there is an outstanding loan on the home. It's that simple. These people are saying, whoever got the money from the sale better come forward and pay off this loan.
Is there a title company involved?
You know, that's what's weird. This lawsuit doesn't mention it because this lawsuit doesn't know. That's why this lawsuit is there. This lawsuit is from the lender saying, hey, whoever you are, wherever you are, give us our money. That's what they're saying. That's all they're saying. We want our money. So you're thinking, wait a minute, I had nothing to do with this. Well, you see, that will be good because she'll be able to show up to court, show she has nothing to do with it, and probably be dismissed from as a defendant. But you have to answer it or you're in trouble. And here's the problem. Just answering this is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, that's was my main question is I was told that the best thing to do would be to have an attorney that practices law.
Of course.
In New Mexico.
That's what you have to do. But you have something, but there is something way, way more important that you overlooked. Do you know what it is? It says you may wish to consult an attorney, and it says you may contact the State Bar of New Mexico for help. And listen to this. When was this served?
It was served Wednesday night.
It says November 7th, 2019.
That is when the summons was made. But
well, I got to tell you something. Do you have where's the return of service? Because I was going to say it's too late to answer this. Where's the return of service?
There is a return of service in this paperwork, but they're like the guy who served them didn't give them any paperwork of proof of service or anything.
Well, I'll tell you what. She better answer this quickly because this is an old lawsuit. This lawsuit was filed back. This was filed back in November. I don't know why she was just served.
I understand. I agree, and I did call with fear that it had already been closed. It is still a pending case.
Okay, so that's good. Your mom has to get removed. This is a summons. The above-named defendants take notice. A lawsuit has been filed against you. You must respond. You must do this. You must do that. And then it says here, complaint. Here's the complaint for foreclosure. And this is another thing, okay? It says plaintiff has a standing to bring action. The court has personal, okay, they're just talking about jurisdiction. The real property is the subject of this lawsuit is in Bernalillo County, New Mexico. Then it says the defendants, now deceased, or no, for good and valuable consideration, the deceased defendants made and delivered a promissory note of $83,000 with interest from, and the interest was 3.8%. And then they included it. And it said basically it was secured by the house. And then it gives the legal address. This note provides that if there's a default, the entire principal would be due. The last payment was made May 1st, 2019. That's probably because he died, right?
No, he's been dead for at least, like I said, like 4 years.
Well, somebody
like
stopped paying.
Years.
Somebody stopped paying in May of 2019. So
that's probably the executor, or whatever, the beneficiary.
I think. Here's what I think. I think the housekeeper who was on his good side, you said, was left stuffed Barbie. I think Barbie took good care of this guy, and then he left the house to her, and then I think she sold it without paying off the loan.
Tommy, did you address that November date? He's past due anyway. Okay.
No, that was when it was filed. They weren't served. So here's the deal, man. Get an attorney from New Mexico to address this. It's going to cost her a couple $1,000s.
Okay.
It's
That's what we were afraid of.
It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Now, is she at a point where she can afford this or not? If she can't afford it and truly is destitute, she can get some help. Is she destitute?
Yeah, she can't afford it, but there's 6 of us kids, and we should be able to come up with some money to help her out.
Man, this is real. This really sucks. Do you recognize any other names on that lawsuit?
Just the defendant of the Barbie, the house lady or whatever, and I looked up. There's another person on here named, which is really weird because I've never heard of him. The Mark guy, I won't say his last name, but I Googled him and he came up with lawsuits and criminal records against him.
Yeah. By the way, how do you know the house? How do you know the house was sold twice?
I just looked on realtor.com and it says that it was sold right around that time that you're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck to you. I hope we cleared some stuff up. Let us know if you need anything else.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
Man, stuff like that just sucks.
Can you imagine having to spend a couple grand just to get off it?
That's why I use a title company.
What do you mean?
Close with the title company. Make sure there's no fucking shit there, and then they have an insurance policy.
But you could be stuck in something like this with no fault of your own just because you're an heir. I mean, she had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Dude, how could you?
She had nothing to do with it. It's like all of a sudden, like somebody, I don't know, somebody dies that you just know. It's not even, it doesn't even have to be an immediate family.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But see, what sucks is a lawsuit can be filed, is what I'm saying. And you have to fucking, just to get off it, you got to spend money.
How could you sell the house, though, without going...
I don't know. I have no idea how the hell they would sell it and not pay off a deed of trust. Right. But it says clear and simply they weren't paid. No, actually, it doesn't say that. It says they weren't paid. It doesn't say it was sold here. Okay. It says he says it was sold. This doesn't make mention. This just is foreclosing.
How about the people that own it now, though?
Huh?
Yeah.
How about the people
That's
that own
the thing.
it now?
It doesn't say that. The way this is written as a foreclosure
Why would they go after
lawsuit.
these heirs? Yeah. Why wouldn't they go after whoever's living in the house right now or owns the house right now?
I think they are. I think they're going after everyone, if you look at it. But here's, again, it looks like they're foreclosing.
I'm shocked there's got to be a title company involved.
That's if it was sold.
If it was sold. I don't think it was sold, Mark. I think he's wrong.
And if it wasn't
Well, who's been living in there the past 4 years?
I don't know. They're
Probably
showing
that Barbie
they're
lady.
they're showing. That's right, the housekeeper. They're showing all the original paperwork. They're not showing anything else. No sale, nothing.
So it took 3 or 4 years to foreclose on it?
That's what it looks like.
Well,
if you look at this paperwork.
But the mortgage was paid up until May 1st.
That's right. I think she was paying. It was paid up till. See, he died. She stayed there and was paying.
Oh, bet she. Okay.
And
so
then
she's paying taxes and everything.
And then she stopped paying. Well, I don't know if she was paying taxes. All this guy.
Oh, then a house, then someone owns the house.
Then it was escrowed, probably. Well, I don't know. That's the thing. Whose title is it?
Yes.
Crazy.
You know, I guess if we looked at it.
You only got 15 minutes.
Well, I guess we could find out if we look further.
121. So how much was it, Chan, when it first started? So now it's 24 minutes.
Yeah, it was 12 minutes. Now it's getting further away.
When Brown comes in, we'll say you're late.
Yeah.
What's wrong for you?
What's the matter for you?
You said 2 hours off?
What?
2 hours you want to go? 2 hours you want to go to mom?
Yeah. We might not go 2 hours, but I don't know why we wouldn't always do that.
I gotta see where my doctor's appointment is. They always have different places.
1 hour, 59 minutes.
I think they rent an office every time.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm surprised.
Let me see where program ends. 2 o'clock?
Just
Yeah.
talk to Jim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to Lion
Shit, Lowry Boulevard.
Jim. Lion can't write shit down, Jim.
When you're diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, a million questions flood your mind. How can this be happening?
So, Mark, when I make this eye surgery, obviously I'm making it for his schedule, not ours, because I need to get it done. So, are all your days on the calendar?
That I have currently.
So everything that, okay. So if I just look at your calendar, I'll see it.
Yep.
Okay. I have no idea how long.
It'll probably make you wait again if it's any better.
Fuck
that.
Mark, I waited 2 months already. Remember he said wait 30 days? Then he said, let's wait another 30. I'm not waiting another 30. I'm doing it. If it didn't get better in 60 days, it's not getting better.
Can he look and see if it gets better or no? He just has to go off of what you said.
No, they can see some stuff in there. They can see some stuff inside the eye, right? But most of it's subjective. If you ever had it, it's the weirdest thing in the fucking world.
It's where that stuff inside your eyes coming loose?
Yeah.
I heard you talking about
and it floats
that.
around.
Oh my God.
And if you think about it, the lens is here, the nerve is here. So it floats in between there. So as it's floating through, you're going like,
what the fuck just happened? Yeah. That would
it's not in front of the eye, but it looks like it is.
Right.
Because it's interfering with your sight.
It'd be like seeing a ghost all the time.
And it's exactly what it's doing. It's floating. So if I hold my head still, it goes like this. And it falls down, right? Now it'll be clear. And then I do this, and it'll come right back up again and do this. And it floats.
Damn! Yeah, you gotta get that fixed.
I can see it. Floating. It's a cloud about that big.
Yeah, you gotta get that fixed, brother.
That's where they say floaters are. I always thought floaters were cataracts, and they're not. They're behind the lens. Cataracts are on the lens. I always thought
cataracts were just cloudy, though. I thought that was cloudy, not float.
No, cataracts can actually be a spot. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What are you doing? Now, SaferNet, by the way, SaferNet.com. I didn't give out the phone number because if you go to SaferNet.com, you can find all the information about protecting your computers. What special are you going to give us on that carpet? You have a special for my listeners? You can make it for 5, for 10, for the next 5, for the next 10, or you can make it for everyone, and you can make it for a limited time, whatever you want to do. But the rule is if you're going to come in and say hi, you got to pay the piper.
All right, no problem with that.
What are you going to do?
Well, one thing is, especially for new customers that don't know anything about how the system works, we offer if you get one room up to 100 square feet in that room, I'll do it no charge, so they can see what I can do.
Okay, but that's no charge in addition to the other stuff. Or are you got to clarify that.
Yeah.
You don't want to go out to a house to do 100 square feet and then leave, right?
If necessary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're saying right now, if someone calls, you will give 100 square feet with no obligation?
No obligation.
And if they decide after that not to continue, you walk away as a friend. If they want to continue, then what does it cost?
I'd have to price it out.
Like, how is it usually priced? By the square foot?
Usually, if you get a decent-sized room that's under 200 square feet, you might be looking at about $40 to $45 for that room.
Roughly. Okay, roughly $45, like 200 square feet.
Or, yeah, up to 200 square feet.
Okay. Do you price by, if it's a big open house as opposed to closed small rooms, do you price by the job or?
No, I just kind of break it all down because I get some people that are like, I can't afford a certain amount. So I price everything out, including their wish list. And then if it's higher than they want, then we can deduct whatever they don't really want done.
Okay, so right now, they can get, as a sample, 100 square feet done at no charge.
Correct.
Well,
and
that's good.
It works for it works for commercial as well as residential.
So this is a pretty good come on. I mean, it is, because probably most people, I would think, if you do a good job, want you to continue.
Yeah, and we're that confident in what we can do.
Oh, pretty cool. So they call then this number, right? 303-903-1261.
Correct.
And schedule up to 100 square feet with no obligation, free of charge.
Correct.
Hell, you can't be. I know you're looking like puzzled. It is puzzling, isn't it? Because you could make a lot of wild goose chases. You're thinking.
Yeah, I find it's an odd special.
I like it. I like it because
proof's in the pudding, right?
Yeah. If you have an area and you're thinking, wait a minute, I'm not sure I want to try this. Well, hell, it ain't going to cost anything. I'll try it. Do this big area, 100 square feet. And then if it's good, of course they're going to want it done. Say, yeah, do the thing. Do it. I like it. Thanks. Okay, so that's
or if you just
Denver
need a closet,
Clean Pro.
If you just need a closet done, he'll basically come out and do it for free. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. If you have people looking for freeloading.
Actually, I do ask that the carpet be somewhat dingy or pretty dirty. I had one woman call me up.
Yeah, in other words, what good is it if you go out and do?
I had one woman call me up at real small bedroom, kind of a U-shaped area around the bed, and said, hey, can you do that? And I was like, sure, but do you have something dirtier here? Because the carpet didn't look too bad.
Exactly. I know what you want them to at least see something, see some difference. Armando?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Good, man. What's going on with you, Armando?
Hey, my mom owned a mobile home that we have, and it's just wasted money, and I wanted to fix it up and sell it, but I know mobile home repairs are different than house repairs.
Well, Armando, let me ask you something. Where is this a mobile home you already own?
Yes.
And is it set up in a park?
Yes.
And what is the security of that park? Is it set up where they can't ask you to move next month?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Okay. In other words, how secure is the setup at the park? Is it something that you have tied up for a while?
Yeah, it's been there forever. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not likely.
It's a park. I mean, the mobile home's since 1981.
Okay.
It's that old, but it's in a mobile home park.
No, I get it. I just want to make sure you don't spend a lot of money, and
what
they
do you
say
want to fix
and
up
they
on?
say get lost.
What's there to fix up? Like siding, windows? What are you talking about?
Well, just enough to sell it. I know there's some issues with the heater and the water heater, but I just.
How old is the trailer? How old is the trailer itself?
81.
So it was new in 81. And how wide is it?
It's 2-bedroom.
No, how wide is it? Feet?
Single or double?
I would say it's a 20 by 80, I think. 20 by 80, a single.
So it's a double wide, 20 by 80. What? Wait,
no,
20 feet wide?
Right.
There's no way that's a double.
Yeah,
No,
20
15.
feet.
15 feet wide? Not that. It's a single. It's not a double.
Okay, then I don't think it's 20 wide, but go ahead. So it's a single wide, and how long is it?
I would say about 80 feet.
Okay, look up what a single.
15.
Here's the problem, okay? You want to know the real problem, Armando? It doesn't have any value.
Right.
So I'm thinking you can probably sell it anyway for nothing because you're not going to get much more for it. I wouldn't throw good money after bad, as they say. Who is living in it now?
Nobody. We just have it as a storage unit.
How long have you had it?
Well, my mom moved out about 4 years ago.
Okay. And how much is the rent?
$630 a month. Just went up. There used to be $480, and then every year it accumulated like
$630 a year. And what kind? Okay, this I'll tell you, man, this is a really hard sale. I just don't think it's worth fixing up.
I wouldn't put a nickel in
No, it really.
So you're just saying just sell it as is and let the buyer.
I don't know.
Do you have a basis? Do you have a basis in it?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
did
price?
it cost you anything to acquire it?
No. Well, my mom paid for it, but that was a long time ago.
Right.
But
so there is no basis. In other words, if you got $100, it's $100 better than you were.
Well, I'm spending $630 a month as a storage unit.
Yes.
Monthly. So that in a year, that's a lot of money.
That's right.
That's why I'm trying. I finally got to the point where I'm like, it's pretty empty now. We got everything we needed out of it, so I just want to get rid of it because it's just wasted money.
Well, you know what? If you don't have personal liability on it, you can walk away from it. Or you could rent it, or unless it's not livable. I don't know. Is it not livable?
It's livable because my mom lived there, but there's issues with the plumbing sometimes.
Okay.
And the water
Here, my advice to you is to sell it as is and get anything you can and be out of there.
Okay.
But here, you may have problems because
or abandon it.
That's right. In a trailer park, they have to approve the new owners for the lease.
What's that?
You have to get the new owners approved.
Right. That's another thing because the lady who runs the thing, she's always asking me, is anybody living there? We need to know if there is because you need to get it approved. And I was like, what if I sell it? Do I need it?
Yes, you do need it approved. That's why trailers are the most ridiculous things in the world.
Okay.
There's no see, here's what I'm saying, Armando. You're talking about fixing up. I'm saying you're lucky you can get anyone to buy it for a dime. I don't know, because as soon as somebody pays you $1, they have to take on the $630 a month, and they have to fix it up. I don't think you have any value there at all. That's what I think, and I think fixing it up isn't going to help.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplan today.
This is like...
That's what they do in Texas. They just burn them down.
19...
Electrical fire.
Almost 40 years old.
Did you guys see where they were dumping a bunch of them out in Elbert? In the
illegally?
20 different ones. The sheriff finally caught someone dumping one, just dumping them out in the field. A full-blown fucking trailer. No, man. Where did he find it? It was crazy. They wouldn't say who was doing it, but they gave him 60 days to remove all.
Where did he find them?
January I was busy. February.
If that guy could get $1 for it, he would be good.
What happens? Yeah.
So single wide is listed. It's got to be less than 18.
Somebody to work with me. I'm sorry.
15
couple months I might be wishing I had somebody to work with me.
No, a double
That's wider than I thought.
Or a single wide.
You know why? Because
less than 18, but 15.
do you know what a road vehicle is? 8.
That's what I was thinking.
That's the widest a road vehicle could be.
Geez, I was 4 years old. Single.
I wonder if it's still road worthy.
Yeah. No, it's hard to put in water heaters.
Art of Granite is the place to go for custom kitchen countertops in just 2 weeks. Go to the website, theartofgranite.com. Mitch Floria is a direct stone importer at theartofgranite.com, and that means they have all kinds of materials already on site, and they sell it wholesale. Then all you pay for is fabrication and installation. You don't pay for tear out and haul away. It's all free. And you don't pay for the bathroom when you have the kitchen done at the same time. Theartofgranite.com. Cabinets, beautiful cabinets as well if you need them, and countertops. And you can get the whole job done in 2 weeks. 303-386-5919.
to think that all diet and weight loss.
Yeah, I think Margo was going to sink 5-10 grand into it.
Yeah, God almighty, no, hell
Wouldn't even
no.
get that for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Well, like Tom said, the second problem is getting those people approved on the ground lease.
Just for you. And the app is super easy to use.
How do you do it, man? How do you get them approved?
I'm out.
They're just gonna, you know, I wish I had a trailer park though, because it's a license to print money.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you, do you know, Mark, if we could develop a trailer park, all you do, listen, I've developed far more complicated. All you do is put pads, beautiful pads, you put sewer, you put water.
It's an RV park.
That's, except a little different, that's right. And man, I'm telling you, the money it generates, especially a new one, you'd have all new homes there. That thing would generate cash for 20 years without any attention.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing to fix, nothing to worry about.
Hey, Dano.
Yep.
Just real quick to go over the cases for today.
Mark, there's no one we can do.
The only two I have open that are under my name is Jeannie.
Just not where anybody wants
Majestic
to live.
Custom Homes.
That's going to be a toughie.
Yeah, I'm working on it though. And then Shane, I'm waiting to hear back from Jake the Dirt Hauler.
The Dirt Hauler.
You're talking the one with Bemis.
Hey, you're running.
Yeah,
your
that's
trucks.
it. That's Shane.
Your trucks are running too fast. You know, that's what what is it called?
Tell her they got witnesses that the truck's blowing at a Down syndrome girl across
That's what
the
I
road.
told him on text.
The one
And he was
where
like,
the little
"You got to
girl
be
gets-
effing kidding me."
The one where the little girl gets hit by the fast semi, and then the dad buries her back in the pet cemetery, and she comes back.
Yeah, comes back alive.
That shit happens.
All the time. Don't you?
Only on Sundays.
Don't I know it?
All the time.
Been there, done that.
It's an everyday occurrence. My neck of the woods.
I love Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, but that last one, wasn't it long? I don't remember us loving it.
Oh, I liked it.
Thought
No,
you said it
last
was
one.
really long.
It was the one you didn't like.
I fucking thought sucked. And
Now
then
he's
what's
gonna
even
wanna
worse
see-
was
he's gonna
Fantasy
wanna see
Island.
Saul. Oh, Fantasy Island was like, you just want to commit suicide.
No, there's a good one out Friday. I forget what it is.
You guys go to the one over here? What's
We go down to one Highlands Ranch, that big one.
You don't
It's
go to
our
the one
favorite
with
little
free
bars over
popcorn
there.
and sodas? All you can eat?
We have movie passes. We don't pay for movies, bruh.
Pay for popcorn?
Yeah.
We don't even eat. It's been months since we've had popcorn.
Well, you guys don't like popcorn?
We don't. We sneak in our own beers.
Dude, there's people in there eating fucking meals sometimes.
Really? Oh, the one
I had
over
a
here-
pizza delivered there one time.
The one over here, you can drink in there.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, it's nice when you bring your own.
It's a little cheaper too, bro.
I'm looking at.
You're
Do
free.
you have a puzzle table you don't want? I'm looking. I'm in the a puzzle table, like a wooden little table, just a board I can put a puzzle on and put it at the kitchen table. I can put it in our family room.
Oh, I know. It drives me nuts.
Well,
Yeah, I wanna
probably
get back
scammers
into
or
it.
telemarketers.
I
I
used
tell you
to do
what,
them all
some
the
of those
time.
complicated ones and stuff, it's
No, I'm
they're
a
mom
simple
and
girl.
Get a lot of
Simple
telemarketers.
puzzles.
Hey, you can get
The
front page
hardest
Google
ones
in
are
2
solid
weeks.
colors, like
Yeah,
all white.
we didn't. It's like, yeah, right.
Just
We're the best. We're the best SEO company in India. We can get you on Google.
Yeah. Do the same way. You put
Till
all
my
the
website
corners,
gets
get all
banned
the corners and then
by Google because you're
edges
hacking it.
together.
largest puzzle. Let's see. Holy shit, this one is the world's largest puzzle.
Wow,
500.
look at
How many pieces is that?
Holy cow. it's
51,300.
Really?
How big is it? 10 by 10.
Jeez, I don't know. How big do you think it is? That's a good question.
I want to say Toby Hertel or something crazy.
84 by 50 feet.
Wow. 84 feet?
By 54 feet.
Oh, those pieces must be huge.
It means the biggest, not number of pieces then. It means like...
Nope. Number of pieces is 53,000, whatever.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. All right, Matt, talk to me about false advertising.
Oh, hi, Mr. Martino. How are you today?
I'm doing good, man. What's happening?
So, went into Sportsman's Warehouse. They had a sale on a particular gun I've been eyeing. Went in, tried to purchase it. They said they didn't have it at the store. So, ordered it online. I got an order confirmation on the 17th from them. They said it would be delivered on the 21st. I call the 24th, figure, hey, give them a couple days. And they tell me, well, it's discontinued, we're sorry, so on and so forth. So my question is, isn't that a little bit of bait and switch? I mean, and they're still advertising
hold on.
online.
It can be. And you know what? These are very valid complaints, and we get them a lot. For example, let's take this one. You're looking for specifically, what's the item?
It's a Ruger SR-45.
Okay. Now, with this gun, let's just call it a gun now. Is it advertised anywhere that made you look at it? And what was the thing that attracted you about the Ruger or about the gun?
Well, I'm a big fan of Ruger.
No, but what about it? What was it? Was it an ad, an email, what?
The price.
Where did you see the price?
Somebody told me about it. I went on their website.
Okay. So their website had a price that you believe they cannot meet.
Well, yeah, come to find out, the gun's discontinued.
Okay, and they're still advertising
it. It didn't say anywhere on it.
Okay, most of the time that's going to be because some stupid IT guy didn't do it or they're not updating their website. But let's talk about false advertising. Let's say someone advertises something like this gun for a price that they can't sell it for, okay? This is what the FTA, this is what the, Federal Trade Commission looks for, the FTC. Damages. And truly, that's what they look at. For example, if this gun, let's say, is normally $1,000 and it's being advertised for $399, okay? The question is, here's what was wrong with false advertising. People use this term bait and switch. It's not baiting and switching unless they bait you and then switch you to something else. But they're not doing that. They would have to bait you in and say, oh, we can't do this, but we have this one available, which is just as good for this price. And the bait and switch is more of an urban legend than a reality because all somebody has to say is no. Okay? So the bait and switch was more apropos when people would go into a store. False advertising became a thing because it would have people falsely coming to the store to create traffic. And while you're in the store, they try to sell you something else. But that doesn't happen anymore. There is no incentive anymore for false advertising. I know that sounds crazy, but there isn't. So even if they had on their website $399 for this $1,000 gun, I'm going to tell you that the FTC doesn't care because it's not doing anything to anyone. There's nothing. They're not doing anything to you. They're not making you drive somewhere where they can't fulfill it, and now they try to sell you something else. Or they say, well, we can't do it for this price, but because you drove all this way, we can do it for this price. So the reality is there is false advertising going on all the time, but no one will do anything about it. The real myth and legend comes from people believing that they can force a sale at the advertised price. Well, you advertise it, so you better do it. Now, technically, that is called specific performance. But it's not a contract because nothing has been exchanged. There is no consideration and payment. So you can't even get them on that. People have tried. Well, you advertise it, so now you better sell it for that, unless there is a damage associated with it. For example, you drove there. They said they were going to sell you a car at this price. You turned down another deal somewhere else, and now you can't get that deal. There could be a real civil damage that somebody can go after. But in most cases, there isn't. So the whole point of this is to say, so what? And you know what I mean? And I don't mean that to be a smartass. I just mean, so what? You found somebody who's advertising a gun and they can't sell it at that price. So what? What harm did it do?
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? That's how the government, that's why
I see.
nobody goes after this stuff anymore. Now, there's a difference between false advertising and misleading claims. Okay? If they said this gun will do this, this, and this, and it can't do that, it doesn't fire as quickly as they said, or it's not as safe as they said, or if a car doesn't meet the crash test as they said, and they advertise it, that's false advertising that is enforced. In other words, the government will go after people who lie about products, especially medical products. So that's the kind of false advertising that you can complain about with the FTC. But as far as a gun and all this, that's just being a stupid business, because all that's going to do is drive somebody somewhere else. What's the name of the place, by the way?
Absolutely, understand. Sportsman's Warehouse.
Sportsman Warehouse. Do you think you'll ever get it?
Oh God, no. From what they're telling me, they said they would extend this price to me for 30 days. But what I don't understand, they're saying it's discontinued. So I get a 30-day extension on a price for a gun that's no longer made.
Well, yes, it may not be made, but they may have it in a warehouse, or some distributor may have it. That's why I think they said that.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Sponsored by Publishers Clearinghouse.
Pretty quiet on the drive around the metro area right now. No stalls, accidents, or other major problems being reported.
False claims are different, though.
Town flowing freely, moving at or near posted speeds, but down south,
do you know how
blowing snow and low visibility
our advertisers, particularly Mark, bend over backwards not to make false claims? They make me change commercials sometimes that are so innocuous, so innocent that they say, "Oh no, we can't say that." I'm thinking, who cares?
Temperatures dropping into
could
the
make a
low
difference.
teens overnight tonight.
To them it does. I mean, they really care.
In the low 40s.
Or they get one complaint out of thousands of calls. They'll pull an ad because they're upset. They're nervous. I think advertising should push the edge, not be dishonest, but
Well, it depends on who's complaining too.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Get Found Fast gets results. What is Get Found Fast? It's basically an online consulting firm, an advertising firm, an SEO firm. This is what I mean. You call them, they'll give you a free analysis immediately of your site. They will. They'll look at your website and they'll say, hey, this looks good or this looks bad. This loads good, this loads well, this doesn't. This is how you look to Google. This is how you should look. And they help you, truly. Here's the difference between GetFoundFast.com and all the rest. Well, not all the rest, but most of them. Most of them lie to you and exaggerate and can't do what they say. Get Found Fast gets real results. GetFoundFast.com.
Working a team, you have to try Monday.com. Monday.com.
This guy on YouTube said he didn't get the Burmist update, but I thought you did tell him.
Yeah, didn't we talk about it?
I thought we did.
I thought we did too.
What was the update?
The safety director's on it and is gonna get on it.
Yeah.
He just hasn't texted
Stan back. I'll call Stan here in a minute when I hear back from Jake. I've got his number.
I tried managing everything with my situations. It was a nightmare. Now we're totally on time with all our deliverables, and that means happier customers. Just come to Monday.com. With Monday.com.
Damn it, I gotta get to it. I wanted to do more stuff. Today, Mark, I gotta get your, I'll get as many as I can done, but I have to go to the doctor. I'll try to get some done at home. I got Larson done, though. You didn't care about that, but I do.
Just go to Monday.com. That's Monday.com.
Too bad for you. Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home, too. But maybe you don't know exactly how to...
Did they find out how they're going to fix your deck yet?
Hi, Dan Cicchini.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
How about starting with a call?
It's just cracked.
For over 30 years.
Oh, that's the one that has the concrete, right? What a cool idea.
Neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd? Dad, they just need to call us. We can help. And now's the time. At Dunright, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets, tub and shower upgrades.
Same with paint. I'm not gonna mess with it.
Have to be careful about people complaining. They could be competitors.
Yeah, exactly
Call up
right.
to complain and yank your chain.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Competitors that haul dirt. Is that what you mean?
Well, he means his.
Yeah, competitors.
His competitor.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I've had other people, other businesses, somebody calls to complain, it's like, it sounds like a competitor complaining. Especially when they get real detailed about stuff.
I had someone leave a negative review on SOS saying that he just made up stuff so they wouldn't buy the car.
Why would he ever do that? What reason
It was
would he?
probably the person selling the car.
Yeah.
Not a door-to-door salesman leaving a one-star review because I wouldn't buy his service.
Really?
Yeah.
Mark, who was the one?
Yeah, I left a
Well, that
one-star.
would piss me off.
Well, yeah, and I asked Google to remove it, and they ignored me. And then they called me 2 months later trying to advertise.
Yeah.
Sell advertising. It's like, dude, we're not even going to talk to you. Remove this
This
bogus
guy here said,
review. Well, that's a different department. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
he says, I want to...
Well, what they do is sell pay-per-click.
Yeah.
And I don't want to pay for people in India clicking on ads.
No,
Cleveland, Bernie.
Just like the Tooth Fairy.
And I said that. I said back there, I said, I want to believe in the Tooth Fairy too. He stuck his tongue out.
We don't have any Bernie looks.
Yes, Guido. Yeah, here it is. Guido, I want to believe in Bernie and also want specifics. And I said, I want to believe in the Tooth Fairy too. And he goes, that's his tongue sticking out. See this? His tongue sticking out.
Is Mallory Berry still around?
What's that?
Mallory Berry?
Mallory Berry. Why does that sound familiar? Who is that?
A sales person.
Oh, I have no idea. That sounds different to me. I'm thinking of Holly Berry.
Did you?
Or Haley. What's her name?
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
The dogs want $3,700.
I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans. They have the rate guarantee. If rates go down, they will refinance you free. Call 303-867-7000. Check out their pre-approval. It's like a cash offer. Already approved. Not pre-qualified, approved.
Oh man, I wish I had to. I gotta get to the doctor, otherwise. Oh, fuck.
867-7000. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA. NMLS 13.
I'd kick your ass.
He must have said here.
I'd kick your ass all over.
I've only played once a day.
Hey, watch this. I can go around 3 times.
On one push?
This is Seinfeld too.
You remember? Look, George, I can go around 3 times.
Made George do all the first time George has ever did the most.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Jane. What's going on with you, Jane? I hear this is a very serious problem, according to Suzanne here. What's happening?
Well, I suffer from anorexia, and I've had it for a number of years, and it got really serious multiple times. But this last time, I entered into a hospital unit because I was,
Yes.
very, very malnourished.
Yes.
Basically, I went through their program. All I wanted was medical stabilization so that I could return home.
Yes.
I'm in my 40s. I have a full-time career. I have a child that I'm a single mom to. Besides all that, when I was getting ready for discharge at Medical Stability, they said that I would not be allowed to return home, that I needed to go to a treatment center.
Now, this is after, wait a minute, this is after you were medically stable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now, they said technically I would meet the criteria for a residential treatment program. They did not want to let me go home because they were concerned that my situation would continue to deteriorate again. And so I didn't want to push the cert and have them, attempt to force me into it. So I said, fine, I will go against my will, but I'll go because I don't want to push the...
And where were you going? Where were you agreeing to go?
To a residential facility here in Denver.
For how long?
And when that's the thing. There is no term. Treatment doesn't work like that. Treatment basically works on how quickly you're able to gain weight and go through some of the other modules.
Okay. Are most people there involuntarily, or do they check themselves in?
Most are here voluntarily.
Okay. And you're not there voluntarily?
Currently, I am. But when I went and said, okay, you know what, I want to go ahead and sign an AMA so I can leave, and they said, well, we can let you sign it, but chances are you're not going to be able to leave because we'll have to do a cert in order to keep you here until we feel that you're able to leave.
All right, Jane, this is highly unusual. Usually, a clear-thinking adult can leave and do anything they want so long as they don't endanger themselves or others. But let me explain by endangering. I'm not talking about having anorexia or a mental illness. I'm talking about someone who's going to blow themselves away or something. If you wanted to be anorexic, you should be free to do so. They can't make you not be. I know that sounds crazy, but this is usually the mental health holds are for different kinds of you're going to hurt yourself. Do you understand? It's not for a mental for an eating disorder. Otherwise, I mean, what are they going to go round up everyone they think has an eating disorder? Are they going to get fat people and say you too have an eating disorder? Jane,
well, yeah.
Here's what I need to know.
Disabled.
I need to help you because we're running out of time, and I want to make sure we get your contact information. So do we have her contact information, Suzanne, for the future?
What's the problem?
Well, now here's what I want to ask. Are you calling now because you want to get out right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Desperately.
All right. Now, who is taking care of your child?
My parents.
You should have a right to get out, and I don't understand who ordered you in there to begin with, or did you feel was pushing to keep you in there?
Well, right now, the ones that are keeping me here is the psychiatrist and the
Okay, are they public or private?
I would say it's private.
A private psychiatrist and facility cannot simply keep you there because they want to make money and force you in there. They can't do it, even if they don't like the way you're living. I mean, think about this. I mean, I'm not saying your lifestyle is healthy or not, but you have a right to live an unhealthy lifestyle. So I don't understand.
And I agree.
Okay, but Jane, this is an odd one, and I want to call you back, okay? I will help you. If what you're telling me is true, I'm going to help you. I don't know if you're psycho and you threaten to kill people or what. I don't know. But hang on, Suzanne, make sure I can call her back. I'm Tom Martino. We're simply out of time. And don't forget our carpet cleaner, DenverCleanPro.com, and save all your problems for me.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows. At the same time, home values have gone up roughly 50% in the last several years. Maybe it's time to put that equity to work by paying off